Welcome everyone to another RGL highlights. This time we're at week number 6. I can't believe it that we're actually doing this 6 weeks in a row. It's been an amazing time. My name is Kosh, and obviously I'll be your host for tonight. There's no one else. You have to do it with me, so it is what it is. Welcome everyone, especially Talix. Man, it sucks that you got such bad news regarding your health. I hope everything works out in the end, eventually. So yeah, prayers go out to you, my friend. Let's see. Before we start, as usual, I want to get the forum posts up and running, made by Triple TP. As usual, this is what we do, because out of respect for him making these forum posts and me being able to select highlights very easily because of his algorithm program, we're gonna read the forum post before we do start the highlight stream. Let's see. Here we go. Week 6 has been a pretty busy one. So last week we only had one Masters game. So we were the forum post last week was about the fact that most of the Masters no longer have any delays on their name. So they're unable to use delays. They've all used their uses, I guess. So they're pretty much forced to play and finish all their games. I think the initial goal was to finish it in 7 weeks, and I think the main goal was to finish the season before Christmas. I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, week 6 has been a pretty busy one, with Mo, Hans, and I all finishing our matches for this season. No one has finished from Masters yet, no surprise. Although Unano now only has a single match left. Okay, that's good. Shout out to Unano for that. My Masters highlight of the week features 2 players who are both still in with a chance of a playoff spot. As mentioned above, Unano has finished all but one match and is currently in 4th. Anjew has about half of his matches left to play and needs a lot to go his way. So Anjew versus Unano is the pick of this week. Best of the rest, 2 highlights from Minions this week, and both feature Hans. No surprise there either. This first match is against Jinx, who's now only got 1 match left. Jinx versus Hans Nihal. Second game as well. Once again, Mo versus Nihal. 1 word, says Triple TP. Insane. Okay, so that means we're going to be in for a treat tonight. Honorable mentions, 3 other matches from Masters were near to being match of the week. Wow, really? Firstly, one near the bottom of the table going into the match. Then Duke Bones is looking for his first win, and Upps is on a single point. Okay, Duke Bones versus Upps. At the other end of the table, quite a few players are in with a shout of a playoff spot. This match has been delayed from week 1, Despro versus Gacius. Seems like 5 Aces did this one as well, but we're gonna watch it regardless because I haven't watched it and it's part of the highlights, so you know. And a second match featuring Gacius once again, this time against Blackened. Just wait for the second game. Okay, so that means we got a pretty juicy matches on our hand this week. Looking forward to it. So yeah, we're just gonna start top to bottom. So hang on, I need to reply to Widow here. Okay, anyways, like I said, we're gonna go top to bottom. This seems like a good balance between Masters and Minions for now. We got Gacius versus Blackened, Jinx versus Hans, then another Master game, followed by 2 Master games actually, then another Minions game in between, and then to finish it off, the match, the best of the best, Anjew versus Unano. So yeah, let's get started with Gacius versus Blackened, and they're starting on Territorial. It's been a while since we actually saw some OpenRA on stream. When was the last time we actually did OpenRA? Was it Friday? No, it wasn't Friday. Not sure. Doesn't matter. We're here. That's what matters. And they're doing classic blue versus red. Yeah, last highlights. Yeah, that could be true. I think last week Tuesday. It's a good point. So we got Gacius versus Blackened on territorial. Blackened starting in the bottom left, playing as France, and we've got Gacius always playing allies in the top right as England. So Blackened, how you doing, man? So yeah, this is a pretty straightforward map. We're gonna see Gacius actually going to try and counter this oil. Blackened also went for NG first, so actually Gacius could have an opportunity here to take it out. But at the same time, looking at this map, it seems like it's too... The oil is too far down. Yeah, especially because Gacius didn't win in straight away, and the fact that Blackened went NG first, so he gets that oil vision now. Which means he's going to be able to get a nice engagement going on here. He had a medic with him as well, so he could have won that fight very, very easily. Gacius went for 15 rifles, and that's about it. Yep, and because of the oil vision, Blackened could see that there's a lot of rifles there, so he's gonna get some pretty good value out of those 3 rifles, to be fair. Regardless, Gacius will be able to take that oil out, but I'm not sure if I like that trade, to be fair. Gacius lost 6 rifles there. And that means at the same time he didn't win for an NG, so Blackened can just take the other oil instead. If Gacius had the other oil in his position, then the trade would have made more sense because eventually he would gain more assets out of it. But not in this particular situation, I feel like. But Blackened is gonna return the favor. He's gonna kill it regardless, even though it's neutral or not. His NG is chilling in the top left. I'm assuming he's letting it sit there for a possible MCV cap. I'm not entirely sure. Or he just forgot about it, but we'll have to wait and see before that becomes a reality. Once again, we've got the... it seems like Blackened is being a fan of this recently. He's actually going for the double ref build into a refinery cell to get the war factory running a bit faster. And to get that little bit of extra money back. And at the same time, you get like a couple of extra... Usually you get like a lot of technicians out of it, but sometimes you get a rifle. It's actually random. Regardless. Extra money, faster war factory placement, and a little bit of extra units is always a good bonus. Downside is your eco drops down a little bit eventually, especially in the later game. Just like that, both players are on... Oh no, wait. Okay, there it is. Man, that sneaky harvester was hiding. I was about to say both players are on 4 harvesters right now. And that seems to be the case. Once again, Gacius is going to go for the classic. It is a classic build at this point. Classic double light vehicle build for allies with 2 racks before SD. And it seems like Blackened is doing the exact same thing, but he's going to go for double light tank here. Whereas Gacius is going for the classic Ranger light tank combo. I'm a big fan of actually having Ranger. It's a good unit, it's very fast, provides a lot of vision, able to snipe rocket soldiers in the reinforcement line most of the time. But yeah, up against double light tank here could be very dangerous, especially if these 2 armies clutch head to head. Then double light tank is going to be really strong. Blackened is going for medium tank straight away, and it seems like he moved his MCV upwards. I do like that. I actually talked about this when I first saw this map come up into the RGL pool, that and Blackened is exactly doing that. If you move your MCV up slightly, you can actually delay your MCV. You can actually base crawl towards dispatch, get another refinery going before you actually need to build your MCV. Do note that you will give up a little bit of map control, obviously, because your expansion will be delayed. But at the same time, your army is going to be a lot stronger. As we can already tell here, there's almost a 3k difference in this army. Blackened feels confident, but the concave for Gacius is really good, and Blackened immediately recognizes that. He's going to retreat, regroup. Oh, but once again, Gacius is still stronger in terms of concave. Look at that. But the army difference is going to make the actual difference here as well. The medium tank and the double light tank will make it so that there's enough soakers to deal with that concave, and Gacius has to retreat. But formation-wise, that was very strong from Gacius. But unfortunately, this macro decision from Blackened is going to work out. And that means he will deny this expansion from Gacius. Blackened's going straight for the MCV. Is that good? I'm not entirely sure. He will deny pillbox placement, but he didn't manage to kill off the refinery, so it does... Oh my god, I don't like that though. It does slow down the actual expanding for Gacius, but it doesn't kill his eco. So Gacius is gonna be fine for the time being. He will be forced to make an MCV, but if I were him, I would have probably delayed that a little bit. I mean, he can still do the eco slide, he can keep his eco safe. So I'm not sure if he actually needs it right now. Army value is obviously still in Blackened's favor. He did take a little beating there, but he denied the MCV. If I were Blackened, I would probably try and actually base push that position, because he will have the upper hand regardless, even if these armies do clash. He's the one that can force pillboxes and get a vision advantage with the buildings. It seems like Blackened is gonna play it safe for the time being, and he's gonna go for a small split here. This is still a strong split. 2 rockets and a medium tank can definitely do some damage. In the meantime, the main army is on its way. There was a scout being killed over here, so Gacius is definitely aware of the situation. And it seems like the NG also got killed by the scout. I like this from Blackened, trying to move closer and closer to harass the harvesters, but it got sniffed out by Gacius. Gacius is going to retreat though, losing a medium tank in the progress. And that means Blackened is now free to harass this ore patch. Another expansion has been spotted. And this is an interesting situation for Gacius now, because now he is forced to get this engagement going for himself. He needs to fight this army from Blackened now, because he's been split up in between this expansion and his army. Blackened is there in the middle, takes out another MCV yet again, but still eco stays up and running. Gacius is gonna take a really favorable trade here because of the vision advantage, especially if that tank goes down. This army is gonna be fucked from Blackened, but on the other side, it seems like Blackened is gonna come out on top. Medics are doing a lot here, getting a lot of value in this engagement, and that means eventually this eco will be taken out. This small army has arrived on the right side as well, but why did he do that? In terms of earning, he was true, he did lose 2 MCVs, but I don't think he was that far behind. I think that was very preemptive. Yeah, army values are actually pretty much the same. He was probably behind a little bit there. Blackened did have the eco advantage, especially after losing that expansion, but still a little bit preemptive here. Blue team over the red team. Well, not in this situation, it seems. Hey, what's up, Mega Tank? Do we have over 50-minute games? Well, there is more in this highlights week, so everything is possible. You know, I won't be surprised. Okay, let's have a little sneak peek. So this one's 25. So these combined are already 50 minutes long. Masters, I have seen that Masters actually never take as long as minions do. Yes, so this set as well, like I said, Mo versus Hans. Obviously, this one takes an hour as well. And that's about it. I think the Anjew versus Unano is probably the longest Master match in here as well, or the longest set at least. Regardless, we're going over to game number 2 between Gacius and Blackened on Abendland. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It has like a German accent to it. Abendland, ja, das ist Abendland. Does it look like Abendland? I don't know. I don't even know if Abendland exists, but usually Pink Todd has some sort of reference for his map titles. Who do we have in here? We got Mzister and Bube. Bube being Widow. This time we have the same Gacius. Once again, he's going to be allies. Top left in the blue. And in the red we have... It's pretty much like a blood red color more. It's Blackened, aka Reddened, playing as Russia this time. Once again, Blackened is going to go NG first. I do like that option, especially on this map. It also allows you to potentially build 20 rifles instead of 15. So let's see if that is going to be the case for Blackened. He might be going for medics again, just like last time. Never mind, he's Soviet, so that's not going to happen. So yeah, we're most likely going to see 20 rifle actually. And I like this on this map as well. So your NG is out a lot faster. You can get the oil. And at the same time, because of the waypoint of your barracks, it's so easy to keep your NG safe as well. There's almost no chance for Gacius to be trying and snipe this NG. I like that. Gacius went for something different. He went for rifles into NG, and as you can see, he's way later on that oil. But Blackened is going to be in control here so far. Gacius seems to be a little bit hesitant with taking oils. But he's got a scout in the main base. Almost sniped a rocket. He's actually putting in the chase. But luckily for Blackened, he reacted fast enough. Made a rifle. And was able to save that rocket soldier's life. I bet his wife is going to be happy with that one. Thanks to you, my husband survived the war. It was so cruel. Yeah, Blackened is way faster with getting oils. I don't like this from Gacius at all. He's gonna lose his engineer. Blackened is gonna check main base, but he will be denied. But he's also gonna check out this oil, which is going to give him the intel that he can take that for free as well, which means he will have 4 oils in his control this early on. That's a huge advantage. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's the lack of experience that Gacius has on this map. Not entirely sure, but I don't like his passive play at all. Blackened is definitely being rewarded for playing a little bit more offensive, taking the initiative here. And already, just like that, we've got a 2k difference in army alone, just because of the fact of the extra eco that the oils provide. And not only that, this also gains Blackened a little bit of scouting as well, obviously, because you can tell, provides some free vision. So this is gonna give Blackened some good intel along the way. You know, and Gacius eventually has to reveal his army because he probably wants to kill those oils. He doesn't want to have Blackened have all these advantages, and he's going to go for the 5th oil. That's a big income difference this early on. If you look at the earn tap already, you can see that, you know, also it might have a little bit to do with the fact that Blackened maybe was a little bit faster with macro. But already, look at this difference in terms of earnings. There's almost a 2k difference already in terms of earning. It's about 1.3 to 1.5, which is a huge deal. So Blackened's army is also a lot bigger. Here's the reveal from Gacius. So let's see what Blackened is going to do. He's a little bit on the late side, which, you know, it's hard to read this ahead. But Blackened does need to merge his armies though if he wants to have a good trade. There's the Ranger, but there's a flak truck there, so the Ranger is denied. Blackened is gonna merge his armies. He's got an APC as well to do some soak in. That's heavy armor obviously, but it goes down right next to a barrel. Gacius could potentially kill that barrel, but here comes the other army from the other side. But because of Blackened being split up still a little bit, he's gonna lose that fight versus the dead ball army from Gacius. Note that Gacius also went for a couple of medium tanks before MCV, similar to what Blackened did in the first game. But Blackened also delayed his MCV, even though he's not going to make an MCV, because he went straight for Radar Dome and Tech Center. He's already making shock troopers. He went for a Tesla coil. But yeah, just like Widow is saying in the spectator chat, this is not looking great. There's a 6k army advantage already. Granted, the reason why Blackened can actually pull this off is because he had so many oils that is going to help him on his travels. Especially with trying to get, you know, his travels to victory, I should say. Because going tech center is very risky, and sometimes you're gonna struggle with getting eco. But having so many oils, having still 4 oils in his possession, is gonna help him out a lot. And he killed the MCV up top and saved his own MCV. That was a huge deal. If Blackened would have lost this MCV, he would have been in a very rough spot. But he needs to get his MCV over there as soon as he can, because he needs the eco. Without eco, he's going to be screwed pretty much. He's going to get that oil in the top left as well, which is going to be a huge deal. And Gacius is being smart as well. He's going to harass this ore patch here. Yeah, this is looking rough for Blackened, but it's definitely not impossible. But he needs to make sure that he's not splitting up his units so much. He needs to deal with those medium tanks. And so far, the medium tanks, dealing with the medium tanks is actually not that easy for Blackened so far. He doesn't have that much armor damage. He only has 2 rocket soldiers in his army. Granted, Tesla troopers, shock troopers can deal with that a little bit, but they're definitely not better than actual rocket soldiers. But Blackened is going to go for an SD, so we might actually see, yeah, he's going to build a second MCV regardless. I do like that because he's pretty much forced to stay in his main base because of this pressure from Gacius. This Harvester's having a bad time, but Gacius is going in, and I do not like that. He's going to take a very poor trade, but Blackened needs to put his Tesla tanks in front. Yeah, look at that. This is a clean infantry killing machine. Like, you don't want to send in infantry against it. This is so effective as well. In some cases, it might even, I wouldn't say it would be better as Tanya, but it's almost even. With so many shock troopers and a vision advantage, it's crazy. And that also puts Gacius in a very bad spot. Because obviously, if you go for a tech upgrade that fast, then you're going to be behind in army value, which is normally the way for the other player to be able to win. Just because you can overwhelm, you can go for a lot of multi-prongs, try and harass that eco. And most importantly, if you can manage to snipe these tech buildings, then the game is pretty much over. But now with the army value in the lead for Blackened, Gacius is now in a very, very poor spot. But look how good the medium tanks are. Because shock troopers don't deal enough damage to medium tanks. That's usually what can be the downfall of the Soviet tier 3 player this early on. You need to have a good balance between shock troopers and rocket soldiers. What's the best way to combat the zap combo? The
With
best
caution.
way is to combat...
Zap zap is what they do. Zap zap all the way through. Zap zap is good for me and you.
Zap zap is good for me and you. What up, Koran? Thank you for the resub, dude. I appreciate it. 50 months in a row. But yeah, the best way to counter this is actual Blackhawks. Because Blackhawks actually deal really good damage versus Tesla tanks. And they take out shock troopers very easily as well. Then it's up to the tier 3 player for combining Tesla tanks with flak trucks, actually. But even then, it's still really good. Yeah, and this is where Tesla tanks can shine so much. Being able to outrange infantry. And they also provide more vision than medium tanks, I believe. Now he has a lot of rockets, but in this situation he probably needed more shock troopers actually. But there's the Iron Curtain. Nice scatter. but it's not gonna work out regardless. This Iron Curtain is gonna last long enough for Blackened to clean up this entire army. It's getting a lot of crushes as well. And this expansion for Blackened is so good. It's already expanding to the next ore patch as well up in the north. But yeah, this is looking very, very good. And that Raider Dome is in a very poor position. Blackened is going to try and take it out, but he is forced to retreat. But Gacius actually needs this Raider Dome if he wants to make a comeback against Blackened's technology. It seems like the engineer actually died, which unfortunately I missed. Probably trying to go for a war factory or something like that. But Gacius has done a pretty good job in expanding as well. And he's also doing a pretty good job trying to shut Blackened down. I don't think Gacius will realize that Blackened's MCV already broke through to get more eco. But I do like the attempt that Gacius was trying to do. Shut off every expansion that is close to Blackened, so that he will deny him the eco. Yeah, it's still technically tier 1 versus tier 3 of Soviets, which is not something you want. The Blackhawk is gonna take care of the Tesla tank, but the Tesla tank is actually doing some pretty good damage versus these harvesters. That harvester's gonna die. Oh, there's the Raider Dome going down. Oh, that's unfortunately, he loses the helipad as well. I mean, this is very close to Blackened's expansion, so I'm not sure why Gacius actually went to put the Raider Dome and the helipads there. He still has 3 more helipads. Nice, he sniped all the rocket soldiers here, so already one Blackhawk is getting a lot of value, but so is the IC. Look at that, another IC ready again. That's a very huge deal. This engagement was very important for Gacius to actually being able to turn this around. He's gonna lose the MCV if he doesn't unpack. Not sure why he decided not to. Because if he did unpack the MCV, he could have still saved it with a mechanic. Now it's just completely gone. Oh, that Tesla tank is still alive. So Gacius did not deal with the Tesla tank. Oh, that's poor. So that means Gacius has lost his 2 harvesters over here, I'm assuming, and he is going to lose a lot more if he doesn't deal with this. But yeah, now we're going to see how well Blackhawks can deal with Tesla tanks. Regardless, he's still going to lose a harvester. There we go. Oh, we got base wars over here as well. Triple pillbox versus flame towers. This is peak OpenRA gameplay here, boys. Nice. Very good from Gacius. He's getting a lot of value with these Blackhawks, but now he's in... I was about to say Blackened could have sniped these Blackhawks, but I think his focus is somewhere else right now. This is a very good eco harassment attack from Gacius. It's got triple harvesters with that. But here we go. Once again, Blackened is going to put up pressure on the other side, but here are those Blackhawks again. They're going to deal pretty well with these Tesla tanks, and these Tesla tanks are expensive. Oh, he actually used Iron Curtain on that. I mean, it's better than to not use it and waste like seconds, you know, because the longer you prolong using it, you know, you could have probably get another Iron Curtain in the meantime. Oh, but that was pretty smart, using the IC to make a SAM site in between, hang around a little bit next to the base. Now the flak trucks are going to deny this harassment. So yeah, Gacius is now forced to try another strategy for the time being. And his expansion is in a little bit of a pickle here. It's not like he's stalling, so he could have prevented this. I think his war factory was also stalling for a long time, because it's been a while since we saw some medium tanks coming back into production. Oh, okay. Well, still he got a lot of value out of that, to be honest. But he loses all 3 Black Hawks. MCV is gonna die. Yeah. This is not looking well. This is not looking well. Still, in terms of earnings, they're very similar. So I think Gacius could have actually went for tier 3 at some point in order to try and deal with this. Because Taya is also really good against shock troopers, but she can be sniped really easily as well because of the Tesla tanks. But yeah, this army is not impossible to deal with. The amount of medium tanks here could actually turn this around. Oh yeah, but Iron Curtain once again. The timer on Iron Curtain restores so fast. It's ridiculous. Not even a GG. Gacius surrendered immediately. And he was not happy with that one. I can tell. Are we gonna get a GG? Yeah, we got a GG. Oh, okay. Yeah, he could have gone light tanks as well. That would have probably been better. Maybe he could have gone even for an extra war factor or something like that. But you know, this game took on 16 minutes. I mean, 16. If the tier 3 player is alive for 16 minutes, rushing tier 3, the game is pretty much over already. Yeah, you gotta finish this fast, or you're gonna have some
battle control,
some issues.
terminated.
All right, that was it. Yeah, plus you had 4 oils. That's what I've been saying. Like, I don't really like the fact that Gacius was so passive that entire game, especially in the early stages of the game. He just gave you those 4 oils as well.
Battle control initialized.
It's a little bit sad. But that's what you get if you're playing CNC 3 only. Alright, anyways, we're going back to minions. So we got Hans here playing in the 0.1 color pretty much. Playing as Soviets, aka Ukraine. And we've got Jinx in the top right playing as Germany in Stitch's color. Little bitches here. We're playing on what's this map's called Elevation, right? This is the one from I Like Men, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I really like this map. It's probably one of my favorites in the map pool. Speaking of Stitch, I haven't seen Stitch in a long time. Would have been nice if she actually played in Wrangle for once. Okay, lots of dogs being used here by Hans. 3 dogs to be exact. Well, down to 2. Down to 1. That was fairly fast. Hans actually going for gem mines first. So is Jinx. I actually do like that, especially if you're going double riv. I don't see anything wrong with going for the gem mine straight away to give you that extra boost. And then even though if this gem mine runs out, you can still send the harvester over to the other patch. But getting this eco boost so early on is pretty huge. But it seems like Hans is overusing that a little bit here. It's gonna stall, which is never great, especially going double riv. But we're seeing a very early flame tower already being produced. I was about to say, it's probably not a good idea if you're going for a kennel, 3 dogs, and going for a flame tower. That's a bit much. Along with 17 rifles and an NG, that's a big investment. I'm here for the Hans wacky strategies. Hey, what's up, Unano and McGriff the Crime Doggo? Welcome. Yeah, Hans definitely left an impression to most people for the crazy and sick games. He's got to prove himself if he's using the 0.1 color, no? Needs to make shit happen. Question is, can he make it happen? That is a very poor rift placement. Oh my god. That is disgusting. I think it would have been better to place it over here. And yeah. I guess he could have put the war factory over here instead and then get the third rift help over here. Having that war factory over there provides not much of value for the harvesters. But I can see why he puts it there, because he's probably going over here with the MCV, but still. Okay. Got a double light vehicle combo, but no double racks. Oh. Oh, wait, he just... Oh, no. Okay. Well, I guess he can afford it because of the gem mines. But he delayed his harvesters a little bit. Not sure if I like that. And he also hasn't used his forward command yet, which is crazy. And he's gonna regret... No, he's not gonna regret that. There's a camo pillbox, really nice. Han's not gonna pay attention to that because he has troubles elsewhere. Flame tower is most... Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. Please keep your infantry safe with the light tank. Oh my god, no. No, please don't do it. Another flame tower is just going to solve everything here. Oh no, Hans is building a Tesla coil and it seems like he's stalling cash. Oh dear. Oh dear, so this is not looking good. No, don't focus on the APC. Finish the forward command. What? What? Oh my god. Well, that went terribly. But yeah, mostly this refinery over here, this eco. Oh, did he have oh no, he had 3 harvesters over here as well. No wonder Hans was actually doing so poorly in terms of eco. This is not looking great. Jinx is in a much better position, but he also threw away so much money. And he needs to bring a harvester back to this gem mine, because look at the regrowth already. Yeah, very poor decision making from Hans so far. This Raider Dome was completely pointless. Because he didn't capitalize on it at all. No airfields, no V2s, nothing. Completely nothing. So this Raider Dome was just a waste of time so far. But it seems like we might get a rocket drop on our hands here. And potentially it could be pretty decent on this side. Wish I could have my blackened color. I actually would have loved to see the black and white colors back again. Because the only... I'm not sure why the black color got removed. But I remember, if I remember correctly, the white color got removed because it competed with the neutral color from the oils, I believe. Something like that. At least that's what I've been told. But the black one, I don't know. I liked it actually. But it is what it is. There's only one map that I know so far that has the black and white color, which is the quote-unquote chess game. Okay. So I already see like a problem here. There's no rocket soldiers in this army. That is gonna be a big problem. And Jinx is just in a much more dominant position. He's already got a 3k army value advantage. Hans does have the tech advantage though. So if Jinx is not going to punish this, then he's gonna have some issues. Oh, what the okay, he realized in time. Good. Regardless, it's going to be spotted. Jinx is gonna see that. What? That's a pretty big detour. This might actually cost him to lose that APC. No, it's gonna make it through. Still, here comes Jinx's big dead ball. And yeah, Hans has no answers to deal with these medium tanks. That's gonna be the biggest issue of them all. No rocket soldiers to be seen. They're all chilling over here, I believe. Yes, they are. The only thing that could save him is the Tesla coil, but 1 Tesla coil versus, what is this, 7 heavy medium tanks is not going to cut it. He doesn't even kill a single one. Yeah, this game is over. This game should be done. Oh, he's going in with the MCV. Hang on. I mean, with the medium tanks, but now he changes his mind. Jinx can still take this, actually. The V2s are now in a good position to deal good damage, though. There's 3 V2s, but he needs to keep them safe. And he shouldn't have wasted those shots against the medium tanks. He needed them to shoot at the infantry. This is so bad. Jinx is gonna probably overwhelm Hans here. Yeah, look at that. Everything is melting. Everything is going down. Once again, the V2s survive. But no value to be had from these V2s at all. Wait, Hans went to tier 3? Oh no. The man has no money. Not looking good, not looking great. And he has no means to stop this army. He can't stop this army at all. Here comes Jinx again. Kills the remaining infantry here on the right. Yeah, he could just harass main right now. Still needs to be careful of the V2s. Are they going to get some value now? 2 shots are missing. Is the 3rd shot going to miss? The 3rd one doesn't even fire. More yaks going down. That's already 5 or 6 yaks lost. Power going down. Tesla coil is useless. An extra iron curtain was put up as well. That's the first V2 value shot from Hans. Another yak going down. Oh my god, man. And Jinx is still in tier 1 probably. He went to tier 2, so he can just send everything he has to deal with that. In the meantime, this rocket drop has not been used at all. Hans did manage to keep his MCV alive. This is still a very dangerous army for rocket soldiers. Can still do some good harassing. Rocket drop has been activated, but unfortunately no harvesters have lost their lives. Well, unfortunate for Hans, obviously. Hans going for mix. It's a good shot. Get some good value out of that. Jinx needs to put up the pressure now. There's no reason for him to keep waiting this long. Oh no. Oh no. No way. No There's a Black Hawk. No way. No way. The Tesla coil is still there. He gets vision from that. So he's gonna send over the MiG to see what's... No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. No, he sends back the Black Hawk. Oh my god. Alright, get ready, guys. Hans, what the fuck are you doing? Hans! Ah, but now it's gonna damage his base a little bit as well. He's way too hesitant. Is that gonna work? Sorta. He's gonna lose the IC though, but it's gonna work. Oh, juicy, but not juicy enough. He still need... Oh, come on, man. He had to... He doesn't want to use it now. He missed a perfect opportunity. mammoth is gonna do pretty well, but he's sacrificing the mix to keep the mammoth alive. Man, this pains me. This was actually painful. That demo truck could have been the perfect comeback. But on the other hand, he keeps it alive, so maybe, just maybe, we're gonna see it get a second chance. Yeah, once again, it's going to be too late for him to use this, because otherwise he's gonna damage his base. And now he's gonna lose the war factory. Or... that actually was not too bad. That was okay. That was okay. Not sure if he got the value out of it. I think he did. Mick's gonna get some good value here. We got a Chinook on the field as well. Would have loved to see some cheesy drops with that. Medium tanks are causing issues. Hans realized way too late. That's 2 harvesters down because they were both on low health because of the demo truck. That's potentially a 3rd one going down, but it's gonna be left alive. But that one is probably going to go down. This one might go down. But he's going for the tech center instead. That's gonna be smart. I think Hans is not going to be able to defend that in time. Wow. These 4 medium tanks got a lot of value. Unfortunately, Jinx is not going to keep them alive any longer. That's an interesting V2 attempt. Jinx also really passive. I believe that Jinx could have actually ended it a long time ago. Especially when he denied this expansion earlier on, I felt like he could have definitely done it. These 2 medium tanks are still alive, so they're going to be able to take out this expansion over here. Hans has another expansion here in the bottom right. So his eco is looking good, but Jinx also teched up to tier 3. So there's not much advantage anymore in terms of tech for Hans. Let's see, we got flamers in the make, another tier 3 heavy tanks and yaks. Meeks are gonna take care of these medium tanks. That's pretty good. But he still lost harvesters though. Still on 6 harvesters, still looking good. But now Jinx here is gonna press on and he's gonna find the Iron Curtain yet again, and there's not enough army to defend this. He's got 5 Blackhawks with him as well. Artisans are gonna go straight for the infantry here. With a quote-unquote base push. Yeah, and this MCV is screwed because the moment he unpacks, he's gonna send over the Blackhawks to finish it off. So Hans, it seems like Hans is gonna bet everything he has on his attack here in the north. There we go. He's losing a couple because of the pillboxes as well, losing a lot of rockets. Yeah, there's the MCVs getting finished off because of the Blackhawks. Now the RTs are just going to be able to kill the Iron Curtain. All the power is going to be killed. We got some Widow tactics over here. Alright, let's have a look at the army value in the meantime. 26k for Hans. So this is the first time he's actually taken the lead in terms of army value. But it definitely doesn't feel like that. Oh, but it seems like we missed the clutch NG actually being able to take a power plant and a refinery. What the fuck? How is that even possible? There was... every time I looked over to the main base, there was like a bazillion of infantry just chilling here. But I guess everything can happen if you're not paying attention. What the fuck? Oh. Using a MiG to kill an NG. We have seen it all. This army's still alive. And I'm not sure if Hans is actually going to try and stop this. Okay. I heard Tanya die. Probably because of these heavy tanks and mammoths. The mammoth is actually going to get a lot of good value here because of the rockets that he has. Yeah. Paratrooper drop is actually going to work out as well. This small attack here from Hans is actually pretty good. He's going to try and take out the tech center with the axe, but that failed because of the AA gun. He's going to send in another one. He needs to finish it with the army, and he does. Mammoth is also going to be dangerous here. He can take out the Blackhawks. No. No, no. Okay. Blackhawks take out Mammoth. We got a demo truck here that's being sent over. I'm assuming that was to kill the army. But it also killed off his expansion. Which actually sucks because him losing that refinery, he cannot rebuild it. Because he lost the forward command at the begin stages of the game. How is Hans making this comeback? This is kind of crazy. This is the third IC as well, and it's he's in low power again. So I think Hans actually had an Iron Curtain since, I don't know, minute 7 or minute 8, and he hasn't been able to use it at all. Some very clutch OpenRA here. Okay. So far, Hans did have a very good usage of mix. He's been killing harvesters and medium tanks with that. He's gonna attack this expansion from a pretty good angle, away from the pillboxes in the turrets. MCV is most likely going to stay alive. Black Sharks, oh my god. Still losing a ton of Blackhawks in the process though. A lot actually. This was still a pretty good attack from Hans. He almost got a heroic Blackhawk. Actually, he might get it. Oh, still had ammo left. That was clutch. But 17k army value for Hans, 9k for Jinx. And yeah, I think Jinx's biggest flaw was the fact that he never took map control on the left side. He's been putting up so much pressure on Hans that he could have expanded on the entire map easily. In fact, in the early stage of the game, when he killed his expansion, he could have just set an MCV up here and pressured this entire main base. But alas, and I think now Jinx is having, well, he's still floating 7k. Very crazy. But we've got another demo on our hands. But it's not gonna do much because most of the army from Jinx is over here. Finally, Hans's IC is up for the first time. If I were him, I would probably use it on the Harvester right now. And he could have actually won this engagement without having the need to send army back. Why would you use a spy plane? I think spy planes are the only planes that cannot be targeted by rocket soldiers. Oh, that's way too late. It's still gonna deal with that, even though he did lose 2 harvesters. Hans is gonna go in with 1 mammoth leading the assault. And accompanied by a demo truck. This man likes to live dangerously. Jinx did see it. Why would you sell that? That was the perfect scout to set up your demo truck. Okay, I think Jinx saw the demo truck now. I think he saw it. Bro, I swear to God, Hans likes to live on the edge. That's crazy. I have never seen someone Just, you know, carrying such an explosive package along with your army. Sorry. Something got in my throat, not sure what it was, but... Oh no! Very clutch from Jinx here. Realizing in time, but he still has to deal with... What is this, like 6 or 7 flags? 8 flags even? Why would you send a MiG to deal with infantry? Hans, please! Regardless, this is over. What? Why? Okay, thank God. I was about to say, if he goes in with that army accompanied with the demo truck, that would have been the shortest attack ever. He knows you'll be watching. Imagine people just doing dumb stuff because I'm watching to make me mad. Okay, well, that was a good demo truck at least. It took out all the remaining forces. It wasn't that much because most of the forces from Jinx are actually in the bottom right corner doing nothing, picking their nose. And now Hans is gonna finish it off. Nothing that Jinx can do about this to save his main base. I see being used on the flags. It's pretty good. You can just waltz in and deal with the Blackhawks. Not that there were much left. This is gonna seal the deal. It's still good that we have minions divisions like this because so far this, especially this particular season, oh, it's just like another demo truck got used. I think that's 4 or 5 demo trucks. But I was about to say, in Minions Division, especially this season, we had the most craziest shit happen. It's usually Minions that provide like these sick, ridiculous, stupid games sometimes. But you know, it makes more sense because Master players are more committed to playing the meta. With less flaws and, you know, obviously less opportunity to get crazy games like this, because if this was a Masher game, we probably would have ended in 10 minutes or something like that. It's hard to say. But at the same time, I don't really see a reason for Jinx to actually keep this game going. But this was game 1, I believe, so I'm wondering what game 2 actually looked like. I think Jinx's biggest flaw so far is because he doesn't have a bad game plan, especially early on. He was doing really well. But the fact that he's way too passive. And Hans is just way too crazy. Hans doesn't give a flying fuck. Anyway, everything is literally going to be eliminated before Jinx gives up, which is, I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to have a little bit more fun. There's the GG, and we're going to move on to the next game. Before we leave though, we're gonna check out the graphics. Yeah, because Hans has been ahead the entire time in terms of earnings. And that's what I don't understand, because Jinx, especially around this is what, minute 9, minute 10, where he actually killed the first expansion. He had so many opportunities to expand over here. Just go for 7 racks, 4 war factories, for example. And he could have just wiped the floor with Hans. But unfortunately, because yeah, look at this army value difference in the first 16 minutes. From minute 16, it's actually where it went haywire for Jinx. Because I feel like Jinx definitely had this in the bag. But unfortunately, he let it slip.
Battle control initialized.
Yeah, 2 passive in attacks in the most obvious ways. That is correct. Granted, Jinx doesn't play. I'm not sure how long Jinx has been around because I know Jinx is normally like a TD player. So the fact that he's here playing RA is pretty interesting. But if I remember correctly, he played RA before he played TD. I think. But even then, doesn't really matter. It's common general RTS knowledge, I would say. Anyways, we're going on to game number 2. We've got Hans in the bottom right playing once again as the Soviets. This time he's playing as Russia. And we've got Jinx in the bottom top left playing as France. Hans going with NG first. I'm always a big fan of this. But I don't know, I feel like this is such a War Factory first map. I don't feel like actually going double riff here is... I won't say it's a bad idea because double riff is never a bad idea, let's be honest. But I feel like there's like less reason to go double riff on this map than it is to go War Factory first. There's only 2 oils on this map. It's a fairly big map as well, so I feel like you can get away with it fairly easily. Regardless, we're gonna see a Grenadier opening straight away containing 6 Grens. That's a pretty big deal. Jinx has no static defense ready, and he's also sitting next to the oil. So the Grens could potentially have a very good attack, even better. I like this preemptive scouting from Hans. This is really good. Unfortunately, he's going to be denied. No, he's not going to be denied. This is really good for him. So this is going to give him... Oh, no. Okay. Oh, bro. He's so lucky. If that scout actually got into position, then he could have lost the Grens. But Hans is going to retreat because he saw the rifles. But this gives him good intel where to hit to get the power plant. He can get the barracks as well. He can actually go barracks before power plant to deny static defenses production. He's gonna try his luck with 1 Grenadier, but that Grenadier gets killed. Yeah, I don't think this is a bad map to actually go for a Grand Rush. If I was playing this map and I was actually going War Factory first, then it's gonna come down to me seeing those Grens really fast. Otherwise, could have been over real quickly. Jinx is messing up his builds. That's an early SD. Sure. As early as they get. He's on 3 harvesters. No. Yeah, he's on 2 harvesters, excuse me. 2 harvesters and already going into medium tank and an MCV. That's really fast. Oh, there's a rocket drop present as well. This is pretty good. So he's actually clearing the pad with the APC. I like that. He could actually unload the rockets here. Oh, be careful with those rockets. He's taking way too long. If he... Wait, are there maybe flamers in there instead? What? See, I felt like he was using the APC more to do like a scouting, having a oh my god, having a scouting adventure. Jesus Christ. But still, like, why would you have this APC filled up with rockets? Because if you're gonna send it on a scouting mission to get some more intel, obviously you want the APC to be empty because there's a chance you're gonna lose it, meaning you lose the value that's inside of them as well. Because I thought he was going for a drop first, but he was taking way too much. He was delaying it way too much, and Jinx realized what it was going to be. But I think it's a rocket drop. Hello, I cancel RGL. Thank you. That's fine. I mean, there's no value lost in that anyways. What's up, Gacius? How you doing, man? Alright, once again, Hans went for Raider Dome, and he's gonna skip the SD. That did lose him a lot of precious build time, I feel. And my man needs to build a refinery, but instead he's building Raxes. Okay, Eco's gonna be fixed, but he needs Eco. Why are you placing your buildings in front of the ore patch? Where are you gonna put the ref? Bro, I swear to God, Unano might be right. He's doing this to piss me off. Okay, the APC's gonna die now. Wait, there's rifles in there? What the fuck? That actually did a pretty decent job as well. So how did you lose the game, bro? I got APC dropped by rifles, man. I wasn't prepared for that. I just died. I just gave up by GG. Alright, Eco Slide is on the way as well. Let's have a look at the army values. 7.5k for Jinx, 14.3k for Hans. Jinx building light tanks for some reason. But Jinx is expanding really fast this time, which could serve him well. But he still needs to deal with this army, and I think we're gonna have a very similar situation where Jinx is just playing once again very passive. He's got his army scattered across as well. He also doesn't have that much intel on Hans. I don't think he knows that there's a radar dome. I don't think he has any idea where Hans's army is. And at this rate, Hans is going to be able to pick off all of these little forces, which is going to put Jinx very far behind. Then I see Jinx probably going for a counterattack in the main base, which might end badly. I think that was a light tank dying. Yeah, these 3 V2s once again could do a lot of damage if they're getting microed well this time. But Jinx is definitely not in the strongest position as he was last time. And oh no, he's getting played. He is getting played. He's going to be able to defend his. If I were him, I probably would have not sent that army over with the static defenses, and just the pure fact that he's producing over here with infantry, he should be fine. But now he has nothing to defend his main base. Okay, fancy light tank raid. The light tanks don't do that much damage, especially they do nice damage against power plants because it's wooden armor. Regardless, he's still gonna get the Raider Dome, so it's a good investment. It's well spent. Oh wow, this actually found its way through. That's crazy. Stuff like that should not happen. And it happens at the worst possible timing for Jinx as well. That's a lot of rockets in there. That is a ton of rockets. One harvester down. Jinx manages to save 2. And here's the attack into the main base. RT is getting a lot of value, it seems. RT is definitely getting a lot of value. And oh my god, he's gonna lose his entire army because of one RT. Medium tanks are going to intervene, take out the V2s. They have nowhere to go. Hans realizes, so he tried to fire another shot before he is going to send them to their dooms. Army here is getting cleaned up. So pretty good defense on Jinx's part. Very poor micro plays from Hans up there in the main base from Jinx, losing his entire army to a single RT. These light tanks are still getting a lot of value, and they are going to get this harvester. Actually, they might take another harvest. Oh no. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, he gets it. Oh my god. No mechanics available for Hans because he's Soviet, so that stings. That hurts. Jinx for the first time in a long time taking the lead in army value. He's on tier 3, but I don't think we have seen a single tier 3 unit from him. Including Tanya. Let's see, what is he building? Nothing at all. He put everything on hold. Because he is stalling, but I can see why. He has 2 harvesters that are not working at all. I hope he realizes this in time. Seems like he also lost a refinery over here during this battle from earlier. Blackhawks are getting very good value here. Cleaned up a lot of units there. Hans is in a much better position right now, especially in terms of eco. But he's also still struggling. I think his expansion was a little bit on the late side, especially because of the fact he has 3 war factories. And only 3 Raxes, which is kind of interesting. Jinx, on the other hand, also only has 3 Raxes, so both players are not even on max infantry production. It's crazy. Oh, this RT is gonna Shrek once again. That's a lot of infantry again. And this RT is getting value. Look at that, already veterancy 2. What a cleanup here on the top right side. Jinx is now going to be able to deny this expansion for Hans, which is going to be huge, and this could turn the tides in Jinx's favor. If I were him, I would probably even send an MCV up there as well and take that position. Are those 2 harvesters working? Yes, they are. He noticed. That's good. That's good. That's really good. I don't think he has noticed this army just chilling here. Does Hans have tier 3? No, he does not. Oh, okay. Jinx is gonna press on with this army. He's gonna scout ahead with the medium tank to see if anything dangerous is in his way. It's going to be a good V2 shot. It's decent. Could have been better, but still. He's gonna press forward. That is gonna whiff. Took out a medic. That's what a poor shot, but poor medic though. This attack has been fended off. SD will be taken out by the RT. Veterancy 3 on that RT, and it fires pretty fast. A little bit more and that RT is going to be heroic. Hopefully it can be kept alive, but there's a lot of flak, so I doubt it. V2 shot. Takes out a single rifle. Another war factory is going to go down here. It's a big investment for Hans that he's going to lose like this. Good V2 shot though. It seems like Jinx doesn't really care. He's going to send over his medium tank, but that's going to have a gruesome dead. And Jinx is going to retreat, but no! Oh my god. Oh! Look at the speed of that all of a sudden. That's pretty good. Seems like flak trucks are still a little bit faster, but that's a very fast RT. That's a speedy boy. Speedy boy! Alright, it seems like Jinx also has longbows, but he hasn't been using them at all. He could have really hurt Hans' eco here. Hans is already struggling for eco. Also, with that in mind, Jinx is floating 11k. If you're floating 11k, aren't you gonna question yourself like, huh, why am I floating? Do I have 7 Raxes? Should I maybe build an extra war factory? Stuff like that, you know? How much power does he have? All the power in the world. So we could have just built 4 Raxes straight away to at least get that going. Also, maybe build like 5 more helipads and just, you know, spam the shit out of everything. As much as you can. Three RTs in this army. Jinx is perfectly aware where Hans' army is hiding. So if he plans this well, this army can definitely win against that army for sure. It's gonna come down to the work of the medium tanks in combination with the RTs, because the medium tanks need to make sure that they are keeping the army safe from the flak trucks. And it has worked out somewhat. I think Hans was way too focused on trying to kill the Blackhawks with the flak trucks. What? What? Why is that medium tank not firing? What the fuck? That was so weird. Oh no. No. Wow, that was very good flak truck value. Almost killed every single RT over there. But this is less good though. He's chasing the medium tanks with flak trucks. And Jinx is getting some nice scouting going as well. Is he gonna spot the tier 3? He did see the tier 3. Wow, he almost killed his own Iron Curtain because of that drop. Okay. Hans is getting a breeder. He still needs to get his eco. Okay. Hans still needs to get that eco. Because he's been behind for a long time. Let's have a look again at the graphics. It's been a while. Yeah, Jinx is skyrocketing. And the fact that he doesn't have at least 4 times the army value of Hans says a lot as well. It's probably the only reason why Hans is still alive, even though there's almost double the army value. But he is floating 14k. Imagine all those assets being turned into army value. Would have been huge. Longbow's doing a little bit of scouting. Is he going to take out the IC? Yes, he is. That's good. Needs to be careful though. Don't want to lose those longbows to a couple of flak trucks. But this is something that could make it so that Hans can make a comeback. That being said, 41k of army value versus 20k. I mean, it is possible, but... hello? Where are these harvesters going? Especially if Hans had that Iron Curtain up and running, it could have been a lot different. Now, this is going to be an interesting fight because it's going to be Shock Troopers and versus Tanya. Jinx is going to use his satellite, so he knows perfectly well what is where. Well, here we go. The final battle is about to start. This is going to be a very decisive battle. The V2s are going to get a ton of value here. Oh, and the Shock Trooper also going to get a ton of value. Where is Taya in this mix? No, she's taking a breeder. She wants to have a smoke. Flak trucks here are also very good to keep those Blackhawks at bay. But he needs to support his army. No! Why? Why? That was so... Oh my god! Oh, these V2s getting so much value. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Hans could have kept so much. No, don't send it. Why would you send the longbows to 5 flak trucks? I swear to God, we're gonna lose brain cells over here. What the fuck am I watching? That is so many light tanks, dude. Oh my god. Take out the SAM site. Okay, never mind. Oh my, yeah, this is pretty much TD. Feel like someone is actually taking over your spot. Uh-oh. Oh, Tesla tanks in the mix? No problem, man. No problem for these light tanks. Yeah, he's gonna go in. Just go in. Go in. Sacrifice the light tanks. Who cares? Ra, 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 ra. Yeah, this is over. Yeah, once again, the flags are just chilling. And now the flags are gonna die against the light tanks. No. Oh, okay, clutch. But that's not gonna do anything though. What do you mean nice IC? No, that IC was garbage. Didn't do anything. He's still gonna lose the flak trucks. Oh well. And but worst of all, he didn't kill all the harvesters, let alone the refinery. Still a Chinook in that mix. I'm not sure why. We've got Taya in here as well. She's gonna get zapped for sure. Yep. Nah, this is too much for Hans. Hans can't deal with this. Here comes the Air Force. That Samsite just chilling. I'm sorry, they're out of my range. I can't do anything about this. Yeah, this is impossible to win for Hans. It's now low power as well as getting torn to shreds by these 4 arties. Oh, that is painful. It looks like Jink has a massive army, but most of his army value is invested in those Blackhawks, etc. So he doesn't have a lot of ground presence. That's why it's actually taking so slow for him to do this. Wait, no. Bro, if you have so many... Oh, I was about to say, even though he has so many air units and only 2 helipads, it's gonna take forever to reload every single time. What the fuck? My man's got a missile silo. That's not gonna be enough. Is it? Okay, never mind. Never mind. I don't know what jack shit. I thought missile silos had a lot more health. Anyways, I see being used here on the other side. This is finally gonna get some good value for Hans. Gonna kill everything, including Tanya. He's gonna try and kill a light tank with a flak truck as well. He's going to succeed. What a combination. Flamethrowers, shock troopers, flak trucks, and Tesla tanks. I mean, granted, I guess, you know, if you don't want to use rocket sorters to kill medium tanks, that's all Gucci. All of his harvesters have been killed. Hans is still struggling, only with 4 harvesters versus 8. And Hans throws in the towel. There was nothing he could do about this at all. Yeah, he had a missile silo. Q right of the Valkyries. Yeah, I could have done that actually. That was pretty good. All right, we're going back to Master, so we're getting a little bit of shorter sets once again. We're going for Jukebones versus Upps. Let's just get straight into it. We're in the vibe. We're in the zone. We're in the vibe. We got the vibes going. Right, we back. We Gucci. We've got unknown artists. Okay, Mr. Upps. Mr. Upps has been around for quite some time, and I'm actually very surprised to see him in this RGL season, because Upps is becoming one of those players, same like Anjew. Actually, no, I'm lying. That's not true. I think Upps actually still plays a lot of team games, but I'm 100% sure he plays no 1v1s at all. But here he is still representing himself in RAGL, which is always fun to see. We need players like these that still show up every single season. And we've got Dukebones in here as well. I think he was a Minions player in season 12. And he was promoted to Masters this season. He had actually some pretty fun games and some pretty good games. I believe he played Despro a couple of weeks ago and he actually did fairly well. So Despro definitely has improved a lot since he began playing this game, which is good. Because imagine if you're putting hours and hours in this game and you're not improving, then you probably want to slap yourself. Yeah, looking forward to Upps. Like Upps, I feel like Upps doesn't take this game that serious anymore. So he does go for a lot more fun builds than before. Both players are actually going War Factory first, which is interesting because I was telling you guys about this map earlier that this is a pretty good War Factory first map, and both players are showing it off here. So Ranger build for Upps, Light Tank for Dukebones. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm not sure. I would love to get your feedback about this, but if you're going War Factory first on a map like this, I feel like you can get more value from the Ranger than the Light Tank playing as allies. Because the NG is also vulnerable right now. Dukebones will also be denied building in. Bro, if Upps actually went for more than one Ranger, he could have pulled that off. He could have pulled that off, but that actually was really smart to deny the pillbox being placed. In the meantime, Light Tank is being an annoyance here, but it will be taken out by the rockets. But Dukebones realized in time he's going to retreat, so he's going to preserve that for now. Very good SD timing for Upps, so he's going to have a pretty decent MCV timing. 4 minutes, about 4 minutes, which is pretty good. Dukebones going for an extra ref, which is going to put him on 5 harvesters. Upps is definitely ahead in macro. Already got 3 racks up and running. He's got full production as well. He's already on the 5th harvester, so he is looking swell. Dukebones definitely behind a little bit, but he opted to go for a medium tank over MCV. Yeah, Upps actually could be really aggressive here with this fast MCV timing. But he did lose his Ranger to that rifle, which is actually very unfortunate that he didn't pay attention to that. Because he could have used the Ranger to give him a lot of valuable intel, like, you know, is Dukebones going for a fast MCV? Is Dukebones on the road with his army? Is he trying to look for Upps' army? You know, that could give him a lot of intel, and based on that intel, he could go for various strategies. He could probably go for a ref straight away and actually try and contest the first expansion for Dukebones. Because Upps is in a position, he was in a position to produce army a lot faster than Dukebones. So macro-wise, I feel like Upps is still ahead. And it seems like he is sort of going to do that. Maybe he just wants to have a little bit. It seems like he's going to set up the MCV so he can block these 2 positions. That would actually not be a bad idea, to actually go for a refinery here. And then base crawl your way up here. Maybe to get, like, I don't know, 2 buildings and a couple of pillboxes. And here as well, 2 buildings, couple of pillboxes. And after that, you can expand over here. And that seems sort of what Upps is actually going to do. Oh, this is gonna be bait. This is gonna be so bait. This is gonna be so bait. No, don't take the fight next to the power plant. Yeah, this is good from Upps. He's gonna be able to put this on lockdown, and he's going in. He's gonna play aggressively. That's another medium tank down for Duke Bones. This is actually pretty huge in this situation. Upps is gonna crawl closer and closer. He already has the army advantage. There's 2 pillboxes here lined up, so this is gonna be painful for Upps. He needs to pay attention. And he does in time. Actually stealing those medium tank husks. Really smart from Upps here using the mechanics. Very good job. But I do like this from Duke Bones as well. He's gonna try and attack in another position, which forces Upps to make a choice. But that means that he needs to keep Upps at bay here. He needs to prevent that Upps can do some scouting. Smart. Oh, actually walled this off. I like that. Duke Bones expanded to the bottom left as well to give himself some more eco. I think if Duke Bones keeps reinforcing this expansion, he's gonna be a-okay to defend this. Upps is also not putting more pressure in terms of base crawling, so this main attack army is gonna be huge. This is very smart from Duke Bones. Very good decision making here. He's gonna be able to wipe this entire main base. Upps is gonna retreat his entire army, which is going to be pointless because by the time he arrives, the entire main base is going to be cleaned up. Even takes out another harvester. SD is still alive, but it's gonna go down fairly soon. There are so many rockets here. No, actually, I think the SD might be alive. Another harvester is gonna go down. Everything is getting wiped out. And the medium tanks arriving this early means like he's gonna lose a couple of those as well. Upps is finally going to be able to clean that up, but the damage has already been done. Duke Bones is now going to play it smart. He's gonna take out this small fortification from Upps. And yeah, Duke Bones has actually been smart expanding to the bottom left this early, meaning that he also has a small expansion that can put pressure on this position. And Duke Bones is now going to expand to the top right as well. Still, he needs to be careful though, but he definitely has the armor advantage. If he plays this engagement well, he can definitely win this engagement. By the concave he has now, it's not gonna work out. But instead of running away, he should make a very strong formation. He should be good. But he's gonna retreat all the way to his main base behind the pillboxes. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. Wants to play it safe, but he does have to realize he is very, very ahead. Upps is gonna try and base crawl to the other side, but a couple of turrets should prevent that from happening for Duke Bones. Upps is gonna build walls. This is gonna be smart, so he's gonna build walls to deny the pillboxes, then he's gonna send rockets over to kill the pillboxes. Upps is actually playing very smart so far, so it feels like he did learn a lot of things from playing team games. This is not necessarily a team game idea, but it does happen a lot more that base pushes happen in team games, and usually they also last a lot longer because obviously your teammates can help you place down static defenses. So having ideas like this happen a lot more in team games than they do in 1v1s. And those walls have served him very, very well. Duke Bones once again is going to launch a counter attack. He's gonna send in the medium tanks, and that's now he has a much better concave. His medics are working overtime, and that engagement was going to this Duke Bones for sure. Needs to be careful though, because he's fighting in Upps' terrain. He's also fighting a vision disadvantage. He's got pillboxes to support him as well. They're being microed perfectly by Upps. So this is a very good engagement, very good defense from Upps here. And potentially he can make a comeback because of this one big engagement. He's going to put in the chase to clean this up. He's doing a pretty good job actually. He's going to pick off everything one by one pretty much while Duke Bones is going to retreat. In the meantime, this base push is still going on. If anything, the engagement did help Duke Bones for getting a little breather here in the bottom left. But very good defense from Upps. Still, Duke Bones is in control of the map for sure. The longer this game is going to go on, the harder it's going to be for Upps to make a comeback because he is down on money. He has no money at all. Very poor eco here, obviously, because he suffered a lot of damage earlier on. He went to Raider Dome to try and turn this around. But yeah, he's not looking great. But with this entire army, he could... there's a lot of pillboxes here. This is looking rough for Upps. I'm not sure if he will be able to do this. And now both players are on Raider Dome, but it's going to be Duke Bones with the first RT. And yeah, that immediately that means he has to give up ground. So we're going to have some allied RT wars going down here. The MCV is going to be targeted straight away. Upps is going to lose that MCV, I believe. But at the same time, it's a really good bait for him. Yeah. Oh, RT is going to... Oh, there's RT is going to get so much value. Oh. Oh, this is painful. And Upps does not want to go in. Oh, he killed his own RT with the RTs. Oh my god. Blackhawk are gonna flank around. There's no AA guns to be seen. So all the RTs are being sniped. Rockets are now trying to take out the Blackhawk. They do succeed? No, almost. Meantime, another visit has been paid to Upps' main base with this army. Once again, he's doing some pretty good damage. He's taking out the power right now. And once again, a very big rocket count. Another harvester will be lost here. But the damage is not as big as last time. This time an AA gun has been built. If I were Duke Bones, I would move up my MCV. And pressure with pillboxes as well. Just forcefully take that ground. Yep. Now the artists are going to be used on the... Oh! Such a big hit. And Upps has no idea that that AA gun is there. So if he's going to try and do that again, then he's going to have a really hard time. But he's going to go for it. There's the AA gun. Almost took out the Blackhawk. He was missing vision to finish it off. But yeah, this is a very good battle so far. Very entertaining. It's going back and forth between these two. Regardless, Upps has been doing a very solid defense. But so far, the map presence from Duke Bones has been very good. And that's the reason why he's winning this. Because if you look at the combat tab, the destroyed loss tab is in Upps' favor. But just because Duke Bones has more eco to give is the entire reason why Duke Bones is winning this overall fight so far. Seems like this medium tank did get some value. I'm hearing Taya as well, but Taya's up there, so I guess he just killed a scout or anything like that, which she's showing off like she always does. RTs are destroying literally everything that comes in their pad. Blackhawks are coming in. This Blackhawk is only half on ammo, so I think one RT is gonna stay alive. Yep. Refinery is gonna be killed off. That is still going to be a very good trade for Duke Bones. Another harvester here being killed. Potentially he could use the mechanic to restore this this harvester, and I wish he actually did. But unfortunately he's not going to do that. Taya's here as well. She killed something, I think maybe a refinery. Upps calls the GG, and Jukebones takes the match over Upps in this first game. Very, very, very good game so far. This was very entertaining to cast. And yeah, he completely denied Upps. And you know, the thing that did it was the first engagement over here. He didn't succumb to the pressure of Upps in the middle. Upps was also a little bit too passive there. He didn't want to force anything, but his scouting was also not that great because he was sending 5 medium tanks over here, and the resistance those 5 medium tanks got was very little because obviously Jukebones' army was already on the way. But that decision from Jukebones turned it around in his favor. Also by going for this expansion really fast, and then later on denying this for Upps as well, turned the tides in his favor. Well played.
Battle control.
Really good game.
Terminated.
Moving on to game number 2, and we're going to be
Battle
playing
control
on Pity
initialized.
Alliance. I'm assuming this was the choice of Upps since he lost the previous game. Not a lot of people play this map. I haven't seen this map being played so far. I think this is the 3rd time that it showed up in the 6 weeks of RGL highlight coverage. But like I said, this is an older map, so maybe Upps feels more familiar with this map because I believe it has been in previous seasons. I think it was in season 11. I might be wrong, but it doesn't matter. It's a pretty old map. Based on the 2v2 map from Widow. What was it called? Pitiless, I think. This one is also made by Widow, obviously. But I know for sure that Upps has played this map quite a bit. And he's doing exactly what I thought he was going to do. This is a map where you can definitely delay the NG, because it's a very small map. Jukebones doesn't seem to be aware, and he's gonna lose his NG just like that. Yep. Force fire being used here by Jukebones, very smart. But it's still not going to do it. Wow, Jukebones actually going for War Factory first here. Very, very ballsy on a small map like this. But as long as it's not going to be scouted by Upps, then it's all good. No static defense though from Jukebones in the making. Walls are harder to pull off in a 1v1 because that is very true what you're saying. That is true. Regardless, he pulled it off, but you know, there was little to no resistance. There was only one pillbox. Needs to be careful because he could lose the NG. Unfortunately, he gave away the position. Yep, vision disadvantage, so he's gonna clean it up. Best map of season 11. Press X to doubt, but you know, subjective. You're entitled to have your opinion. Oh, whoa, what's going on? Wait, triple ref before War Factory? What? Why is he going for no? Very weird decision making here from Upps. Oh my god, the light tank crushes. No freaking way. He wants infantry? Fair, but he needs to build it then as well. He hasn't built it. He should be floating like a madman, right? Yeah, he's already floating 3k at minute 3. No bueno, senor. Regardless, the NG might still die. The oil will be taken out. If I were Upps, I would probably use that NG to restore this oil. But it might get crushed because of the barbed wire. It has nowhere to go. Or that one. It's dead. Oh no. And he's gonna keep the light tank alive. Very good light tank here for Jukebones. He's finally going to be able to start infantry with 4 harvesters. Yeah, big opportunity for Upps here. He's gonna go triple racks before SD. Still on 3 harvesters, so even though he was floating a lot, that is going to be reduced fairly fast if he's going to keep producing infantry, and he's also going to produce light tanks and going for the SD with only 3 harvesters. He needs to go for a harvester after this light tank or he's gonna be screwed. No, he keeps going for it. He's gonna stall. Okay, well, this is I wouldn't say this is an all-in, but this is a very high risk, high reward play from Upps. Okay. No. Okay, well, big army advantage already for Upps this early on. But he needs to use that army advantage right now. I think it's smart for him that he's trying to go from another direction because he already saw one pillbox and another one was already placed down. But the longer he waits, the harder he's going to struggle. And in the meantime, Jukebones is actually going for a counterattack. And this could be a very efficient counterattack because Upps is only on 1 MCV, so he can't protect this with static defenses. Luckily for him, it seems like the army found its way around unseen. Here's the attack though. Very good attack. The harvester is going to be pulled back, but because of the medium tank, it is going to die. SD is going down, but losing only the SD is not going to do much. However, this is very efficient as well. He took out 2 harvesters, and he's going to win the fight, it seems. Up here in the north, please don't pressure those pillboxes. Okay, this is going to be shredded completely by pillboxes. But in the meantime, this army has got so much value. Oh no. Oh no, Upps. You have completely screwed yourself. Losing that war factory is a huge deal this early on. Okay, but an eye for an eye maybe, but I doubt it. Yeah, another pillbox. No way that he's gonna lose that. Upps is now really far. Actually, is he far behind? Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. It's hard to say, but he kept his SD alive, but he has no war factory, so that's definitely worse. Upps is definitely going to float like crazy right now. But Jukebones can still produce light tanks. He still has 2 MCVs as well. So he's going to be able to recuperate a lot faster than Upps can. There's a very low health harvester over here. Luckily for Upps, that's going to stay alive for the time being. New war factory has been made. Production can continue. But Jukebones needs to capitalize on this. I'm only seeing 3 racks so far. I do not like this at all. Especially considering the amount of extra refineries he has built. This still could be a very good flank. Lack of scouting from us for sure because of all this chaos going on. I'm assuming there's going to be a new SD in the making. No, an extra refinery. Jukebones, please. You're going to get so much eco. I'm actually surprised he's not floating that much, but he's about to go float. For sure. He did lose 2 harvesters early on, so that may be the reason why he decided to rebuild so many refineries. But still. It's a pretty good scout though. That scout is gonna see that attack coming in. Upps is gonna send some rifles over. Still, this could do a lot of damage. There's so much rockets here. 2 shots to harvester. Another attack here to create a distraction from the eco harassment. Upps is gonna have a pretty good defense here. This is a very poor attack for Duke Bones for sure. Lots of rockets in here though. That's gonna make it very slow and painful to kill off all of his infantry. But the 2 harvesters have been killed. Light tanks are going for crushes. The SD has been finished off as well. So once again, a very small army for Duke Bones, causing massive damage to Upps' macro. You should probably should have killed the refinery instead of going for that second Rex. Doesn't matter. Duke Bones is playing Upps like a violin right now. They have very similar army value, but a very small army like that completely forced Upps to go out of position. The only thing that Duke Bones needs to be aware of is he doesn't get tunnel vision right now. Because this attack didn't do that much. It's gonna send over the MCV along with reinforcements to protect his position. It's gonna drop a pillbox any second now. There we go. That's going to be a pretty good pillbox. Well, not that much, but regardless, Duke Bones should be able to defend this for sure. Yeah, because Upps is not even building extra static defenses. Builds a turret now, okay. But I want to see Raxus from Duke Bones, but he's going for an extra war factory. I'm actually surprised that he still doesn't have max rack production, I'm pretty sure. Actually, he went up to 6. This is pretty good. I like that. So he did think about that. Props to him. He now has got... This war factory is also very dangerous. He can keep that alive for sure. Having medium tanks so fast into battle is a huge deal. Especially with allies. You build medium tanks so fast. Yep. Duke Bones takes a clean 2-0 over Upps. Well played by Duke Bones, I have to say. Props to him. He played a very strong first game, and actually his second game was also really strong.
Battle control terminated.
More light tanks in this stream today, bro. We have seen so many light tanks. You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. Okay. We are going over to Despro versus Gacius, the RGL champion of season 12. I have to say, I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but there were a lot of... I'm gonna try and explain it without actually giving away anything, because I haven't seen this match either. But I did read some conversations about this particular match in the competitive Discord, and once this match is over, or this set, I do want to give some my thoughts and opinions about the actual conversation that happened, because I'm not gonna name any names, but I felt like the conversation was actually kind of I don't know, they played it kind of dirty. I'll talk about it later, because like I said, I don't want to spoil anything. But we got Despro versus Gacius right here. Like I said, Despro was a very convincing Regal champion in season 12 last season. I don't think he lost any single game. Perhaps not even in the finals, I believe. Sorry to remind you, Blackened. But that is how it is. I do remember that, because I think Bane was present in season 12. No, he was not. No. I think Despro joined the Dark Tournament. I do remember that Bane and Despro once had a very exciting game that lasted 30 to 40 minutes and went to tier 3 for both players. But enough about that. We're in the present right now. We got Despro rocking Ukraine, Gacius rocking Germany, and Despro already has a strong presence in the middle with a dog and a couple of rifles. Unfortunately, he's desperately looking for the army, but dog gets killed. Very nice formation from Gacius, but still defender's advantage from Despro is gonna make that hard for Despro to win this engagement. Yeah, that's probably the one that I meant, Blackened. think that was the match that I was talking about. This is still going to be in Despro's favor. But Gacius still did manage to take the oil. Granted, it was still a very poor engagement for Despro, losing the dog like that and getting overwhelmed, but I don't think he was prepared for Gacius launching an assault as well, which was a coincidence, but worked out for Gacius. Meanwhile, Gash is gonna try and steal this oil from Despro, but he has to make sure he sends some help over, some support, otherwise that engineer is gonna be fresh meat for this guy, assuming he's a cannibal. I don't know why I assumed that. I just did. Oh, it was my cautious cup. Yeah, that could have been it as well. That was probably it. Speaking about a cautious cup, we should probably do another one fairly soon. However, it's gonna take some preparation, but I know after the RGL we've got another Dark Tournament from Pink Todd coming up as well. That being said, we also have the Red Alert anniversary coming up fairly soon, so I'm not sure if OpenRA is actually a part of that this year. I know Combined Arms is a part of that somewhere at the end of November. Let's see. Yes, it's going to be either Thursday the 24th, Friday the 25th, or Sunday the 27th of November. Anyways, double light vehicle from Despro is no surprise. Despro is a pretty big fan of putting up the pressure in the early stages of the game, and so far that has been very effective for him. We've seen it plenty of times in Season 12. We're bound to see it again right now. Let's have a look. Gacius is currently in the lead in terms of macro and in terms of army value. At the same time, I haven't seen Despro play that much as he did in Season 12. Maybe the excitement is has worn off a little bit, or you know, maybe the pleasure in playing the game has worn off a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe he's just a very busy man and doesn't really have time. That's also a possibility. Oh, but the flak truck dies. And this is very solid from Gacius as well. He wants to try and prevent that MCV, but so far there is no MCV to be seen. Still very good awareness from Despro. He doesn't really need that MCV yet. Here we go. This could be a pretty good engagement for Despro, but he's not in time to react. Concave for Gacius is now as strong as Despro, but Gacius currently with the vision advantage. Here comes the heavy tank to the rescue to still turn this around. And that engagement definitely went to Despro. But Gacius is ahead so far. Already moved the main MCV out as well. So Gacius is definitely the one actually putting up the pressure against Despro. And Despro is going to move up over here. I like that. This could be a dangerous position for Despro to be in. He's gonna move away the army. I actually do like this from Gacius. He's gonna send over another scout to see where Despro army is going towards. My ears are getting blown. So, can Gacius prevent this from happening? He's gonna try and prevent it from happening, but I think the damage will be minimal. Whereas the damage might be huge here, but already triple flame tower, a couple of flamethrowers. No, unfortunately Gacius is too late, and Despro will be able to defend that. Wanted to chase, but I like the fact that Despro did not chase. Otherwise this entire army would have been destroyed. So far, 6 Raxes for Gacius. 7 Raxes actually, already on max production. 6 for despro. So very even battle so far. Once again, a very crucial scout for Gacius. Despro trying to kill it with the MCV, but it's not working out. And there's a big army on the way to deny this expansion regardless. Wow, that was actually very fast. He built both of these structures. They almost came up instantly. That was kind of crazy. Good flank here, but unfortunately, Pillbox comes up. Mike being microed, goes for the rockets. Yes, sir. Gets all the rockets as well. That will be denied. Not much loss, just a single power plant. But the damage over here will be a lot bigger than what despro did earlier. Still a big flank here on the way. Takes out a harvester. But Gacius is going to return that favor over here. And I believe Gacius might actually be able to do a lot more damage than despro could. Gacius going with a very strong multi-prong here. Taking out the expansion in the bottom. Takes out the refinery at least. That's going to be good. Denies all the eco. Another harvester has been killed here. And he's going to split up the army and go for the main instead. That could be a very good choice. Lots going on here. Raider Dome made by despro. Army values are still fairly even. But it's hard to say who's actually in the lead. Let's have a look here at the earnings graph. Earnings graph looks so far fairly similar. As well as the army graphs. It's been neck on neck for these two players. Main base is currently, I wanted to say under attack, but they're just, I don't know, checking out the base, you know, seeing if they can settle in here, become neighbors. Harvester is going to be killed off, but Gacius actually returning that favor with medium tanks. The harvesters have been pulled away to try and protect them, but still one harvester goes down. Gacius not paying attention either though. He's going to lose the 3 medium tanks, or at least 2. And Gacius also not paying attention to killing this army either. They even got away with killing the refinery and still being alive. And despro right now is actually doing a pretty good job with only a handful of army and static defenses, keeping this big army from Gacius at bay. Here comes another pressure attempt on the eco from despro. Melts that harvester. That harvester is going to die as well. 2 harvesters down just like that. But a pretty good attack here from Gacius is going to be able to get the Raider Dome as well. It's going for the power now. Oh, the V2 was on attack move. Kills the technician. Maybe the Raider Dome could be saved actually. Yeah, it's gonna be safe. Yes. In the meantime, this army is being cleaned up by Gacius defensive forces. Did lose 2 harvesters though. So looking at the eco, it's now 7 harvesters for despro, 4 for Gacius. But still, this is going neck on neck. Another battle here in the middle. Obviously, despro has been seeing on Raider Dome for quite a bit. So he's got Yak support along with the V2s. That's gonna win him this engagement in the middle. And all of a sudden, both the armies dropped immensely. 15k for despro still, 10k for Gacius. Gacius on Raider Dome as well, and a second war factory. Ooh, I'm not sure if it's done by the single heavy tank, but another 2 harvesters being killed by those heavy tanks. That's why Gacius' harvester count dropped so quickly. And another harvester might be dying as well. Gacius calls the GG. Once again, I feel that's a little bit preemptive. But he did suffer a big eco loss. I don't know. I don't know. I guess Gacius felt different about it. Despro takes the first game. And we're going to move on to the second game. So I believe it's going to be the second game that causes controversy of, or I don't know, an upset. I have
Battle
no idea
control
what
initialized.
went down here, but we're going to witness this. This is the second game played by these two players on greener pastures. We've got Despro, aka Widow Smells Bad, in the bottom left. And we've got Gacius in the top right playing as England yet again. Despro's gonna play Ukraine. So yeah, I'm actually curious to what is going on. Would love to see TDGL Season 4. I don't think I'll be organizing it though, that makes sense. I'll poke Orp's blobby existence. Yeah, it seems like Orp has completely drifted away from OpenRA entirely. Then again, I am not present in the official OpenRA Discord, so I'm not sure how active he is over there. Once again, Despro is going to use the dog advantage. And it's going to work out here straight away. It's going to get a free rifle because of that. Orb signed up for a Dark Tournament? That's good news. That's all, at least good. It's a big surprise. Especially because it's RA. Normally, I mean, Orb was still around for most of the time, but mainly that was for TD. I think the last time he actually was invested in Red Alert itself was for Open League, along with me. Okay, Gacius is gonna move away his army. He doesn't want to deal with the dog, I suppose. But I'm also not sure if I agree with that, because he's willingly going to give up the second oil here in the middle just to escort this NG. Unfortunately, this one is gonna die a very gruesome death. Despro is moving into the middle. He's gonna just kill the oil instead. I think that's a good choice, because it's really hard to keep this oil safe. He's gonna use a very precious scout here, so he can see that there's an army on its way. There is an army on its way. Nice reactions from Despro. Is gonna set up a nice concave. Yeah, I do like this decision making so far. He's playing really nicely. Good micro here with the dog. And baiting Gacius in trying to defend that oil. So Gacius is forced now to give up that oil. Very good micro play with no losses at all by Despro, except one, which was the scout. Fazar learned from Despro, says Beatty. Speak for yourself, Beatty. Watch Despro because you could learn a thing or two. Okay. Seems like Despro's engineer has been taking a break because he still hasn't took that second NG. Oh, and he loses the dog to it as well. All right, let's have a look here. Double ref into War Factory is up and running. Gash is already on triple ref and into the second rack. So Despro is falling behind in macro actually. So both players are going to have similar SD timings. The only difference is Gacius is going to have an extra racks up and running, which is pretty huge for production, obviously. Ranger arrives just in time, or the APC arrived just in time to prevent the Ranger from sniping the NG. And the NG makes it across. Half crippled though, because of the bullets in his right leg. Looking at the army value so far, we got 7.4k for Gacius, we got 5.1k for Despro. So yeah, actually Gacius is looking really good right now. Speaking of dev, anyone has an inside tip on the next OpenRA release? I am not entirely sure. I know that they revealed a I know that there's a PT coming up fairly, well, I wanted to say fairly soon, but the last time I heard about that was already a couple of months ago. Progress has been slow, but there is progress. But due to the lead developer being absent for personal reasons, development is very, very slow. Okay. Doing some ranger scouting here by Gacius. This is good intel for him. He can also see where the key structures are. This is really good for his NG. SD and War Factory are fairly similar. Gacius is already going to expand with the main MCV as well. He's doing a pretty good job escorting his both his MCVs. Despro is playing fairly passive actually. Here comes that NG going in for the SD. I think his timing with the Ranger is very poor because the Ranger actually forced Despro to look over to his main base. The Harvester missed crushing it, but yeah, there we go. This was very poor from Gacius. If he should have waited with the NG and he should have used it when he went for an engagement. It's the perfect distraction. But here we go, aggression from Gacius is gonna set up his MCV very aggressively here. It's gonna be a big human shield into the pillbox. This is a very, very good engagement for Gacius. But very fast reactions from Despro. Once again, still a very good concave from Gacius here. Look at that. Base crawling further and further. Pillbox is gonna give him so much value. But he needs to play it slowly though, because if he's gonna go in head on, he's gonna suffer a lot of losses. But still, this is looking really, really good for Gacius so far. This couldn't have gone better. Still, Despro slowly but surely is picking away at these units, preserving his heavy tanks fairly well. But just the base push pressure with the pillboxes makes it really hard. But at least Despro made Gacius retreat for now. But it's still fairly hard. There's 3 Raxes and a couple of pillboxes in your base. Gacius can pick off all the remaining buildings that are sitting next to it. The pillbox is going to prevent reinforcement here from this expansion, which forces Despro to either build another Rax, but now his MCV is under attack, so now he can build flame towers there, and slowly but surely Gacius is taking full control. It's also 11.5k versus 6k. The eco is going to be under attack. Gacius will have free roam and free control over the entire map. And yeah, this we might see a GG from Despro here fairly soon. Okay. Another attempt here on eco, but double flame tower is going to deny that for sure. But Gacius has such a big army. He's going in. He's going moving straight away into this remaining expansion from Despro. The Tesla coil goes down. The last remaining defensive forces go down as well. This MCV is gonna be toast. And with that, Despro calls the GG. Gacius takes a game from Despro, and it is 1-1. Now, the reason why I wanted to wait with this match, I'm gonna go straight into the next match because, you know, the first few minutes of a match is usually the quietest. We got Despro versus Hans on the Isle of Wight. But yeah, what I was saying is there was a lot of talk about this match. A lot of people were saying that, you know, maybe Despro was rusty, Despro was this, Despro was that, Despro was not doing great, Despro was, you know, washed and stuff like that. And, you know, the quote-unquote criticism or the talks could have been, you know, there was no intent to make it harmful, but I was actually looking at that like the guy's a legend. We all know this, and he shook up the community in season 12 with his new builds. You know, all these crazy builds that he did. He inspired a lot of players to do the same thing. He inspired a lot of people to try and go for, you know, like we see Radar Dome before SD nowadays. We see a lot more live vehicle pressure. We see some people rushing to tier 3. And that's mainly all because of Despro. Not because he's the inventor of those things, but because he was one of the first players, as far as I know when I was around, that actually made these strategies work. He showed that they could be viable. And so, like I said, people were actually talking a lot about this, how washed Despro seemed in that game, and I feel like he probably was just rusty. But the fact, like yeah, his macro was washed up, was bad. Like it's like they were being comments thrown out, like it's not what we're used to seeing from Despro, and I was like, I don't know. Is that a positive thing? No, they were just talking. I don't know. They were just talking bad about how he played, which seems like, I don't know, pretty diminishing if you ask me. Well, I could be wrong about it, but I think there were mixed feelings about. There were actually people defending Despro as well, the way they were talking about it. I don't know, can't remember the entire discussion, but this happens everywhere. Like, this even happens in fighting games. There is this one player called Daigo Imahara. You guys can look it up. He's 40 years old, and he's a very strong player, still to this day. And one day he was winning the biggest tournament of Street Fighter, which is called Capcom Cup. It's actually fairly similar to RGL. And they were saying Daigo is a god. Daigo is godlike. He's the best player on the earth. And then the next year, he was like 5th place, and they were saying, Daigo's done. This guy is washed. He's done. It's over. He sucks. And to me that felt fairly similar to how they were talking about Despro, actually. But you know, I'm probably over exaggerating. You know, Despro, in my opinion, is still very strong. And obviously I'm not gonna name names because I don't want to blame this on anyone in particular. That would be weird of me to do so. But it was actually funny to me how much talk there was about this specific match. While so far Despro has only lost 1 game this entire season, and that was that game. Anyways, enough talk about that. At least from my side. I need to make sure that I cast this game with the attention it deserves between Mo and Hans. So obviously these are probably the 2 minion players that we have seen the most and covered the most in highlights. Hans being famous for his drops and actually already has a sub pin. The fact that he has a sub pin before Admiral Mo is kind of crazy. But saying Gacius played godlike is the other extreme. I think Gacius played that fantastically. The first game was a bit meh. At some point Gacius was, I think he threw away too much army in trying to force something. But that second game, Gacius played perfectly. There was nothing that we could say about Gacius. His macro was on point the second game. And his positioning and base push decision making there, he finished it in 1 engagement. You know, and being able to do that against Despro is pretty good. Fat guy on couch eating chips. I could have played that better. Isn't it probably like he could have played that better? Because usually the guy on the couch eating chips doesn't play. Oh, we got a Mile for Admiral Mo. This is interesting because I don't think this map has ever been picked in the Masters Division. And with all good reasons, because probably I wouldn't want to play this map either, to be honest. But it is what it is. Lots of fake structures yet again from Mo. Mo has a very similar playstyle every single time. I'm actually surprised that Mo is going for this expansion and Hans is doing the same thing. I would have actually loved to see one of these players at least put up the pressure. But I can already see how this game is going to end. This is going to end in a freaking stalemate with minefields on both sides. This is interesting though. We can see both minefields from both players. But I am, you know, spectating this particular unit. Which is kind of crazy. Okay, lots of discussions right now. Makes sense. The only thing that I wanted to say, like, I'm not calling Despro rusty or anything like that. I was just actually just surprised that this one single game caused so much. There wasn't that much controversy, but the fact that there was controversy and an actual discussion about this, I was like, boys, calm down. It's only one game, but you know that's how it's like. Like I said, when I gave the example about Daigo in the Street Fighter community, it's the exact same thing. A lot of people look up to him, and I guess they have this idea in mind where they just feel like this person is perfect and they can never fuck something up. And then the moment they do fuck up, they're like, yeah, this guy's done. It's over. No, don't go. Oh. Okay, this is a very weird battle so far. We're 7 minutes in, and look at this destroyed lost tab. This destroyed lost tab was already higher when Gacius versus Despro game 1 happened 5 minutes into this game. Maybe even 3 to 4. This is crazy. There's a lot going on, and at the same time, nothing's going on. I do like this investment from the sub end though from Hans, because he did manage to get the oils in the corners. So I feel like this actually might be a pick from Hans actually. It's hard to say. Yeah, Dang said it in the game as well. He might have said it in Discord as well. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to call anyone out because I watched the conversation from afar. I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it because I wasn't really interested in the topic. Because I thought the entire topic in general was just, I don't know. Like I said, kind of pointless. What is this game? Like, I'm trying to commentate about it, but there's nothing going on. They're just playing Bomberman with mine layers. Okay, but this is gonna be... Hans is like, there's a mine layer? Fuck that. I'm not gonna go over there. The fact that both parties have mine layers and are actually not using it to... There we go. Good job from Mo. He's now gonna send that mine layer over there preemptively to kill the mines from Hans. And he kills the mine layer as well. Good job on him. Oh, that was a pretty good V2 shot, but very unfortunate that he still loses those V2s. I remember Happy being rusty in some tournament and losing to someone else and got ridiculed for it. Yeah, I mean, I think Happy brought up the fact that people will start smurfing because of this. And I actually could agree with that. I could agree seeing people smurfing because they don't want to use their real name, because they don't want to be the next topic again in a Discord or something like that. I could see that. And I'm sure Happy has been a target for that as well at some point. Oh, this is a good attack from Mo. Oh, Hans expanding a little bit too fast here. Also not paying attention because he's way too busy on the other side. This is one of those games, man, where Mo is gonna take it over Hans for sure. Because Hans is playing defensively like hell. Then again, we got Suppens with missile subs. Ah, this could be fun. Mo's going for naval yards as well, which means we're probably going to see cruisers from Mo. Yes, we are. Alright, so we finally got some naval play in RGL. Smart from Hans, actually, to send regular subs over straight away. He's gonna deny. Yeah, he's gonna deny the naval for Mo. This is really good. Very smart. At least one cruiser will find its way towards the main base, but it's gonna be right next to a sub-bin, so Hans can rebuild. We've got a demo truck on its way as well, but we got satellite being initialized by Mo, so he will have a fair understanding where everything is about. But look at this, the fact that they're just willing to give up so much eco just to have a fucking minefield. This is so crazy to me, dude. Oh my god. Missile subs being used. Blackhawks are moving in. Not great from Hans. He's got flak trucks just sitting there. Demo truck is gonna be used. Probably. Most likely. Yep, there's the spy plane. And there goes the demo truck for sure. Yes, this is gonna be a good demo truck. Might actually get the Blackhawks as well. Oh no, he still got his own army. Lol. Oh, that's a pretty good one. IC used as well. This is a huge engagement for Hans. But those radar jammers are denying any progress for Hans here. That was such a good radar jammer from Mo. Perfect position, and unfortunately Hans did not have any answers. He didn't have yaks or anything to snipe those. In the meantime, Mo has rebuilt his naval yard. The cruiser, that single cruiser, has managed to kill this sub-bin. Yeah, I feel like Hans has... his strategies are pretty smart, but sometimes he lacks the execution or the fast response in order to deal with it. We can definitely tell that Mo is a little bit better at multitasking in OpenRA. Gunboats are coming in as well. Most likely to keep the cruiser safe. Gunboats here are finding the missile subs. Bro, gunboats are so ass. Why are they so ass? Look at that. They're god awful. Target needs to stand still in order for them to deal damage. Cruiser still killing everything. Yeah, that just one cruiser is making it impossible for Hans to do anything about this. And these two missile subs have survived, bypassing these gunboats. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Does every single shot from a cruiser have the power of an RT? I actually wonder if anyone knows. I wouldn't be surprised if that is actually the case. Boom boom. I think it's less than one RT. Okay, but it's fairly close though. Oh, another demo truck. Did okay-ish. Not too bad. But the range on a cruiser, man, is actually ridiculous. Big Mo blob. Is there another IC ready, or is he still low power? No, there is an IC ready. Should use it right now if he wants to win. No, he's not gonna use it. Oh. Regardless, all the tanks survive. IC goes down. Yeah, Meeks can't do much because of the radar jammer. Yeah, there's no point. There's no point. Mine layer from Mo is actually placing mines in front of the minefield from Hans. That's crazy. I don't know why, but we must have a very good reason. Blackhawks are gonna come in to try and kill the V2s, but the Mammoths are going to deny that. Yep. Is he just constantly producing demo trucks? He is. Smart. Yep, smart. Very smart. You should have probably sent destroyers instead to accompany the cruisers. Is there a massive tile error on the right side of the map? Oh yeah. Huh. Funny. Hey, who made this map? Did Mo make this map? I don't know who made this map. Cruiser's still going strong. Yeah, I feel like this game has already been decided. I'm actually surprised that Han still has so much army value. But the fact, bro, Mo hasn't expanded for at least fucking 10 minutes. I feel like he comes in close. He's playing like Widow is. Actually, I'm not sure if Widow actually would build cruisers. This is next level Widow. He's like if Widow was like a product, he would be like the Widowmaker 4000 or something like that. You know, this is next level. Granted, it is kind of fun to see a lot of naval play though. And I think this is probably the only map that can make that happen. I'm not sure if Hans actually agrees with that statement of naval playing being fun. This is being bombarded to shit. Pretty good para drop here. Mo's gonna try and send in his harvester to deal with that. No, stays alive though. Really smart. And that paratrooper squad is going to be denied. Five less damage to wood and 30% less for none. Oh, Lad made this map. Okay. Alright, demo truck is inside this transport. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to achieve much. And I feel like this is the trap that Hans is running into. Obviously, he didn't lose only because of the demo truck, but I feel like he's making a little bit too much demo trucks to win this game. Because demo trucks take such a long time to make. Look at that. I'm not even sure how long for. Is it 40 seconds or something like that? And medium tanks are being built. I think with one war factory, it's 12 seconds. I think 21 seconds. Wait, what? No. Okay. Well, I thought they were built a lot faster than that. Okay, this is a pretty good MiG run. Oh. Please move. Please move. Oh. What? What the f... No! Please spread him. Spread him. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? No! Oh, everything got shredded before he even arrived. Why would you attack the MCV? That is so pointless. What's going on over here? Cruisers, gunboats, destroyers in the mix as well to take out the MiGs. Yep. Needs more destroyers or cruisers. Cruisers OP. He actually did a lot of damage with those 2 demo trucks. Oh my bro, this is just... He's doing it for the memes right now. This, like, he doesn't care. Oh my god. This is the most disgusting game I've ever seen, but Mo's gonna win eventually. Wait, another one? Oh my god. I don't even know how that one got through. Wow. What? Ballsy. Very ballsy. I have literally seen everything in this game so far. What the fuck is going on? Well, that's one way to get an MCV across, I suppose. What are you gonna do now? Park it next to the other MCV? What? What was the... What's the point of this IC? Oh my god, it was... Did he use the MCV as a scout for the demo truck? Bro, this man is just... This is pure meme quality right now. But gone are the days of actually building them. Because this man has literally... Everything got bombarded by cruisers. He has no tech left anymore except for the radar dome. His eco is in shambles. This game is over. Look how many cruisers are here. They can probably just one-shot every single building. Close. They feel worse, like... if there's more of them. Funnily enough. Oh my god. Well, Hans calls the GG. That was a very, very entertaining first game. No surprise here that Mo was gonna take it. He's just... too strong of a turtler, and Hans is just some guy that likes to send in wave after wave of the most expensive assets just to provide a lot of entertainment for us, which is fine, you know. We're going on to the second game is on Greener Pastures, and then we're gonna close it off with the match of the week between Anjew and Unano. So strap your seats because we're still gonna be here for at least an hour. Still gonna have some good old fun, and we're back on Greener Pastures, probably the most played map in the season. Hopefully we're gonna get some statistics, but like I said, the top 3 is most likely going to be Greener Pastures, Abendland, Einar. That's it, followed by Assault, and what was the other map we saw? The one with the 2 oils on the map, the War Factory first map. Can't even remember its name. Yeah, that's my top 5 most likely. Yeah, Unano, you're in match of the week, buddy. Congratulations. Alright, you guys enjoyed this shit show while I'm gonna grab some more water. Elevation might be ahead of Assault. Yeah, I could see that. They're probably very tied. Alright, we got Mo on the top right, obviously, if it wasn't obvious. And even though this is funny, I don't like this at all. This is such a big investment. Like, that could have gone into actual units. Oh no. Wait. If this dog is not on attack anything, we could have the most funniest engagement here. This NG is just gonna cap that oil, and the dog is just gonna sit there and let him. What do you know? It's on defensive stance. No, Mo saw the Mo saw the dog is like, oh shit, gotta keep going, gotta run fast. If that dog was on attack, everything, he would have killed it. Dog is gonna die though. Yeah, it was on defense stance. Okay, Mo's gonna grab that oil as well. I'm just a little bit on the late side with taking oils, but once again, I feel like he invested too much in going for dogs. He invested at least in 3 dogs. Oh, that is the worst war factory I have ever seen in my life. If I ever see anyone do that again, I will personally drop by your house and slap the shit out of you. Because this is incredibly bad. The reason why this is bad is you are denying yourself regrowth, because the way ore mines regrow is in cells that are adjacent to it. And if you're gonna close off these adjacent cells, that means you'll get less regrowth of ore. Oof, NG died. No escort for you, good sir. What the fuck is Tux talking about? The NG got away. The NG died. Freaking Tux. Even when he's not around, he's pissing me off. I would love to see Hans capture a fake structure. I think that happened in RGL so far. Oh wow, this wall placement. Nice. Did the Hans Jinx Max match already happen? Yes. Yes, it did. Okay. I do like that Hans uses Grens to take out oils. Very efficient. Takes it out really fast. Okay. Big army from Mo in the middle. It's gonna take out the hospital. Only 2 rockets in that entire army though. It's kind of interesting. Once again, a mine layer will be made. And he's gonna mine off this middle. Hans is a little bit on the late side with expansions. Nice eco slide from Mo as well. Nice timing, I should say. Grins are gonna flank on the right side. They have to kill this wall in order to get through it. Did Hans actually order to do that? Seems like he might have. Oil here will be taken out as well. Actually, he could kill these buildings without blowing up the wall. Why not just use the wall? You can toss grenades over it. Yeesh. Unfortunate. Yoshima's had more wall. Yeah, it's actually amazing how many walls we saw. And it's not from the same people either. It's been from different sets as well, from different players. Kind of crazy. You love to see it. Okay, big army from Hans moving in. But Mo already has a good amount of medium tanks, even considering the fact he has he went for double mine layer. But to be fair, the mines definitely help Mo's gameplay, which is just, you know, pretty much he's like a British ex. Just sit in his base all day. And the mines actually do help with that because at some... Ay, 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 ay. This is some next level sabotage right here. Getting killed by your own mines. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that MCV is toast. Yeah, the medium tanks obviously got destroyed. So far, Hans is doing actually really good. Even though he was behind in macro, he's definitely making up for it in his decision making and his defense right now. He's also 6k ahead in terms of army value. And he's gonna take this expansion as well, which is gonna be a very good expansion for him to have if he can keep that in his control. Because it's very close to the main base. And if he can keep... Okay. He's gonna crawl a little closer. He can actually make this work. He can base crawl. The fact that he has this position makes it really hard for Mo to defend both sides. But then Hans has to get some control over here as well, I would say. If he can control this side... Oh, wow, that's a very, very offensive radar dome. It could serve him well, but it... Bro, I swear, this guy is a freaking lunatic. He sold the radar dome? Bro, he's gonna trap his army. He needs to help his army. This is sending an army to its doom. Kills another MCV though. What is going on? He's gonna try and capture that fake structure. It's not even gonna matter. Oh my freaking god. Hans, what are you doing? You sent this entire army, including this MCV, to its doom. Bro, if I'm wrong about this... Oh my god, are you... What the fuck is... There's so much chaos going on. I take it all back. This is ridiculous. Even though he's still going to lose this MCV and this army, most likely the army, he killed 3 MCVs from Mo in a span of 2 minutes. And here comes the flame attack as well. Look at all these flamers. Unfortunately, these are all fake buildings, but he's gonna find that out fairly fast. He has found the right war factory though. This entire city is fake. If he actually used those flamers, because there's a bazillion rifles in there, but not that much rockets. If he actually used all those flamers, I think he could have actually took that out. Let's see, the army on the left side is still alive. It's getting picked off a little bit by mines. But Hans is taking control of this game very, very fast. So, yeah, there's a lot of blue on this map, and there's not that much red left. And the fact that this Rax is still alive is a huge deal. And Mo knows about this as well. Oh. Got some mine value here. Mo did repair these walls, which is very crucial. Granted, actually, it looks like this base is very valuable, but it's actually not. Because there's almost nothing to gain here. Half of it is fake. The only things that are not fake is this Rax, this power plant, and the refineries. That's about it. But Hans is doing a really good job multi-pronging, and Mo cannot deal with it. Unfortunately, heavy tanks destroying walls takes forever. So by the time the walls are actually destroyed... Denied! I will not let you in my base. Well, here we go. This is a good attack, because, like... oh, wow. Actually, this is helping out Mo. The fact that he walled this off, that means the potting for these units are turned around. But the multi-prong is good. The distraction was there going for the walls, and now his eco is being attacked. And granted, Mo already didn't have that much eco to begin with. Another attack here as well. 2 more harvesters dead. These harvesters died. That's 4 harvesters dead. A 5th one is going towards its doom. That is 5 harvesters dead in a span of 20 seconds, to say the least. I'm not sure why he built his second MCV, because he's parking it right next to his other MCV. But the refinery, that refinery is probably going to survive. But the damage has been done significantly. Even though Mo has the army advantage for the time being, that is going to shift very, very quickly. Hans does need to build a mine layer though. Move command. Oh my god. Hans, for the love of God, build a mine layer. I can see Mo still winning this, to be honest. I can still see Mo winning this. Ah, he has brought the mine layer. Fantastic. Flamethrowers in the mix. Unfortunately, he is not keeping his army safe, but look at the flames! Oh my god! The carnage! What the fuck? That was such a big blob! Maximum flavor value right there. Gosh. This entire army must be purged. Oh no. No way. Yeah, let's retreat back into the minefield. Oi, 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 oi. He lost so many units just to mines alone. Does he have a death wish with MCVs or what? What is this? Alright, this is where things could go wrong. Mo is now gonna claim this expansion. This was actually still a very valuable expansion for Hans to have. He's actually been going a little bit nutty in terms of claiming ground. More mines are going off. 2 heavy tanks lost their lives. I am sorry. I'm speechless. This is some next level shit right here. This is some next level shit, and these mine layers are getting way too much value. Hans just has to stop. The thing is, what Hans should do, he built a mine layer before, but he should build a couple more and just make sure that every time he goes out with an army, it is escorted by a mine layer. He's exactly doing that. No, he's not doing that. He's just going to build his own mines. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, I actually believe that Mo still might win this. And that should not be the case, because look how much map control Hans had. Keep in mind that for the last few minutes, he was also in control of this expansion. Mo had most likely no money at all. Yeah, look how much difference there is in earnings. There, especially here, there was no way in hell that Mo could have survived this normally, but Hans also threw so much army away in that same time span where Mo's eco was low. Good counter from Mo. Is immediately going to make short work of those mines. I like the heavy tanks, but it's a good attack from Hans, but he's struggling right now in the middle, and this is actually very important because Mo is taking more ground, and even though these are completely mined out, the fact that Mo has control over these is gonna help him much more into making that comeback. The thing is, can he make the comeback though? Because there's another flame storm approaching. War factory goes down. There's a big opportunity that everything else is going down, so Mo needs to retreat. But the fact that flamers take out buildings so quickly. There's 5 heavy tanks there? Yikes. Lots of connection issues, but it's no surprise sometimes. I mean, Mo is from England, Hans is from China. It's a very long distance. Unfortunately, the 5 heavy tanks are going to die, and Mo is already back on his way to restore this eco. So far, actually, like, all things considered, we all know that Mo likes to turtle up a lot and play quote-unquote, you know, a bit dull. But all things considered, he's he's holding himself really well. It's now 30k for Hans versus 17k from Mo. But that army value count is gonna drop immensely because Hans is sending his infantry into a wall of pillbox. Still managing to coming out on top somehow. So he's gonna do a good amount of damage. He's gonna take out a lot of power. And there's a good attack going on here. Lots of flame towers, flamethrowers, V2s. Oh, painful. Yeah, this game has been pretty good from Hans. This is very slim from him. We don't see this happen a lot from Hans, that he actually puts up such a good pressure. Oh. Okay. Cleaning up the mines with V2s. Mo is gonna chase, but I think that's a very poor idea. So yeah, this is the remaining army from Mo pretty much. He did recover a husk from Hans with the mechanics, really smart. It's a lot of value to gain with a mechanic. Yeah, Mo's gonna try and recover that expansion. Pretty decent regrowth already, but Hans has to deny that. He has to make sure that that does not happen. I think the harvesters are actually going to give it away. Yeah, oh, setting up the pillbox there is not smart either. Hans is not going to let that happen. He's not going to let that slide. Harvester's gonna die though. Nice turnaround, good reactions from Hans. They actually used the V2s back over here. But unfortunately, all these V2s are probably going to lose their lives. It's coming down to the wire because Hans is actually throwing a lot of army away. But yeah, Mo is struggling way too much with eco still. And this is a good attack from Hans here on the right side as well. Every single time that Mo is getting more ground in one direction, he's losing so much ground in another direction. And now everything is crumbling. The refinery is going down. Harvesters are going to be killed. The SDs are going down. He has no war factory anymore. He's down to 2 Raxes. And Hans is thriving. He's got at least 3 war factories, I believe. No, he's got 4 war factories. He's got 7 Raxes as well. Yeah, he's doing really well. He did really well in both chapters, actually. He did well in the macro chapter, good in the micro chapter. There's just gonna be a demo truck, you know, for Hans' sake. I mean, you know, it wouldn't be Hans if there was no demo truck. And there's another demo truck. It's just because why not? That demo truck definitely did not get any value. But yeah, Hans is out of cash as well, which is interesting. He can get more eco, but he should be fine. Also, there's a lot of regrowth here. No harvesters in his own main base. But yeah, Hans can definitely seal the deal. He's gonna kill more harvesters on the right side as well. There is no way for Mo that he can make this comeback, and he knows it. He's gonna call the GG, and Hans takes 1 game as well. 1-1 between these two. Alright, once again we have reached the end of our highlights. We are back for one more time. We're going to match of the week between Anjew versus Unano. We're closing it off with a Masters Division match. And yeah, we're playing on Einar. One of the more popular maps as well this season. And Anjew still has a lot of games to play. I think this is his 2nd time. And I'm going to do a small sneak peek on rgl.org. We have seen him twice in RGL highlights so far, but actually he has played quite a bit of numbers as well. He played 12 games so far. Currently, in terms of games played, the top 5 is... We got Blackened with 18 games, Cav with 16 games, Gacius with 18 as well, Mace Unano with 18 games, and Eugenator with 16 games. Lots of games played. Minions actually is doing a fantastic job. At least 10 out of 13 players have over 22 matches played already. Whereas the highest number in Masters Division is 18. It's kind of crazy. But hey, it wouldn't be a Masters Division if there was not some serious delaying going on. Regardless, we got Anjew versus Unano right now. And, you know, Anjew is mainly a TD player as well, and we can definitely see that. Anjew plays TD and RA for mainly only for like big event occasions. I think Anjew was around for TDGL. He has been around as long as I know for RAGL. But he's going for some TD strats over here. He's gonna skip racks completely, and he's gonna go for what Ganon calls it, the actual war factory first. Shout out to Ganon, who's been absent for as long as I can remember right now. He's too busy playing Call of Duty. And RV and SP has completely died out from what was left of it. Which is a shame. But yeah. Unano and Anjew, let's have a look. Both of these players are... Still, we saw that in the forum post as well. Both of these players still have a shot in making it in the playoffs. So this is actually a very important game for both players to secure a spot in the playoffs. Nah, Unano, Moots was first, man. I'm sorry. The fact you were absent when Moots was playing a lot made it his color. You know, that is what it is. Like, it is called... It's true what they're saying, though. It is called the Moots color. It's kind of funny. Just like the blue one that Hans was playing with is called the 0.1 color as well. Bane has been known to get that piss color, but the funny fact is no one else plays that color except Bane. So I think it's probably one of the only colors that no other person in their entire life wants to claim. Myself, I play actually a lot of colors, but I think the main ones that I play is most likely yellow, actually. Like dark yellow. More like a golden yellow. Yeah, like gold yellow-ish. Yeah, my color is actually similar to Bar's color, actually. Caution blue? Wait, what do you mean? How am I blue? I always thought I was either green or yellow. Green, obviously, because it fits my my logo. Yellow, because I've always liked that color. I used to use black, and then Ganon stole it. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember Ganon seeing playing black in older seasons of RAGL. And then Anjew made a huge deal. Wait, so can someone explain to me why black got banned? Because I know why white got banned, as far as I know, because it shared a color with a neutral oil. That's at least what I saw. But I still wonder why that actually got banned to begin with. Okay. Wow. Can we actually point out that there's a lot of crazy shit going on here with Anjew? So he still has a decent MCV timing. And he's gonna use the APCs to do some crushing. And it's gonna work out. And he's gonna continue this rampage. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Everything just disappeared. Oh my god, I don't think Unano can stop this. Yeah, that's a very good pillbox though. But it's still going to be taken out. But there's still so many APCs left, and their factor heavy armor is a huge deal. Very good pillbox placement from Unano. That definitely saved him there. That could have been very decisive, but even then, Unano is very far behind right now. And this is a good rotation from Anjew to now put pressure onto the expansion. Even though it can still be defended by pillboxes as well. All things considered, Anjew didn't have that big of a rocket count, and obviously APCs are great. But heavy tanks do fulfill the same role as the APCs are currently doing right now, but they can also kill pillboxes really fast. And APCs cannot do that, so he has to solely rely on the rocket soldiers actually doing that job. Okay, let me have a look at this chat over here. Black got banned because it was hard to see, but it got banned because Anjew made a GitHub issue on it. Fucking hell. I mean, was black that hard to see sometimes? I'm not sure. I mean, if you select like a very dark brownish color or even stitch color, which is like dark grayish, I still don't have issues seeing that. Maybe the only thing that I could think of is like maybe telling specific units apart, maybe especially Tanya. But now that she has a skull icon, I don't really see an issue with that. Anyway, this has been a very dominant performance from Anjew so far. His APC tactics worked out, and he's so far ahead. He also killed this expansion off. Well, he killed the harvesters. He's gonna kill some more harvesters over here as well. Unano has lost a bunch of harvesters, and now Anjew's gonna kill the refinery. He should probably retreat after killing the refinery. Yep, perfect. Sacrificing the APC to get some good intel what's going on. Now attacking from the other side. This is perfect play from Anjew so far. And because of that, Unano had to make a choice, and his choice was to go and try and defend from this attack. But that also means that Anjew's army stays alive, and now he's gonna target the war factory. This is going back and forth. This is a ping pong game and Unano's army is the actual ball. All things considered, still a pretty good defense from Unano, excuse me, but it's all going to shit. Nice, we got a cup of tea to close it off for this insane set. This is a very entertaining set so far. I can see why it made the cut already. All things considered, Unano is taking the lead in terms of army advantage. He actually made it happen because he expanded to the right side. Granted, he did suffer a lot of damage in his main base, but he still has a decent amount of eco going. Both players are floating like crazy. I think Unano or Anjew should have probably expanded a lot faster as well. And he made the mistake not killing off this refinery, and Unano is already capitalizing on that as well. And now Unano dealing some damage. He's gonna lose that entire army, but he traded really well. He took out a heavy tank, 2 heavy tanks, and 2 harvesters with that army. Definitely worth. Yeah, is this gonna be a turnaround? Anjew is definitely letting this slip out of his hands. Again, keeping that war factory alive was very crucial. Oh my god. Okay, actually, Anjew needs to do damage. Now, there's a good thing. Like, he killed a couple of scouts here, and Unano is occupied in the main base, and this is actually a very fantastic attack. Immediately kills off the war factory, but Anjew is gonna give himself a new war factory. So there is technically no damage done. Granted, it seems like the MCV is gonna go down because of the light tanks. Or maybe not. Okay, there's a lot of chaos going on. NG got taken out, but unfortunately a little bit too late. Big attack here on the harvesters. Unano pulls the harvesters away. They are being saved except for one. One might lose his life. Anjew going in for the chase to kill it off. He does, but he needs to be careful. Otherwise, he's going to throw away this entire army, though. Sells the war factory. I'm not sure if I agree with that, actually. Flame tower here, getting some good value for the time being. MCV stays alive. Needs repairs, though. Repair, Anjew. Repair, please. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Okay, I think he kept it safe. Very chaotic game so far. Very chaotic. This army can still do a lot of damage. So now it turned again in Anjew's favor. Let's have a look at the graphs in the meantime. Earnings graph is actually very similar, and I feel like this is a big mistake that Anjew made. Like, he was putting up the pressure with all these APCs, but there was nothing preventing him from actually expanding further and taking back control of these multiple expansions. Oh, I thought he was going to lose the MCV to a single rocket sword. That would have been funny. And the army graph has been all over the place for both players. Unano did manage to make a comeback, but will it eventually still be in Anjew's favor is the question. Finally, he completely finishes off this expansion. But Anjew needs to take more ground. He fixed the refinery over here, which I really like. If I were him, I would probably make an engineer at this point and restore the MCV. But still looking good. Unano only on 4 harvesters. 3 of them are only working. The idle one is going to be taken out. And it seems like Anjew, in the end, is going to come out victorious in this game. Yeah, that's not going to do much, except he's going to make a lot of noise for Anjew to be aware that he's being under attack. The only thing that I see so far is Anjew's gonna struggle with taking out this expansion though. Unano's gonna build from the ground up again. He's gonna have a new MCV to take the main base. There's still so much ore in his what was his main base sometime before. These light tanks are being a sincere annoyance for Unano so far. Yeah, you losing that war factory with the NG was actually a huge deal. Light tanks are being taken out. Another army here in the top right. Not sure where they are going, but Anjew has so much army just sitting idle and doing jack shit. Eco is being rebuilt. Heavy tank will take out that harvester. That is very unfortunate for Unano. That really sucks because it's a very small army. But that forces him to move out. Anjew took out the oil that was captured by Unano. And yeah, Anjew is just way too far ahead. Look how big of an army he still has, while still having this army over here and this army. And these two armies can actually take out this expansion while still being able to defend. And Unano's gonna run straight into this army. Or no. Okay. Yep. There's gonna be some contact here. Anjew's setting up his concave, sorta, but not really. Wow, actually Anjew not handled that not great, to be honest. Could have wiped the floor with that army. But it doesn't matter because now he's gonna go in. Harvesters once again are under fire. One harvester goes down immediately. Anjew should be able to hold himself here next to his expansion. Unano knows it because he's going to retreat to his, what is his main base pretty much. But again, even though he saved his harvesters, there's no mining going on, and this is a very crucial position to be in for Unano to actually keep his miners at work. Yeah, I was about Anjew. You can just send everything over at this point. Another army here, putting pressure onto the harvesters. Armies are gonna merge together. Man, the fact that Anjew is attacking in smaller groups every single time, that is allowing Unano to actually make that comeback, quote unquote comeback. But I'm glad I looked over here. Oh, that was very, very clutch. Good reactions from Unano there. It's actually kind of crazy he was paying attention to that expansion while being under fire so much here in his what is now his main base. But Unano's doing a really good job recovering his expansion over and over. Unfortunately, he's 20k behind in army value. And yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay, there's a thief going into the refinery, but yeah, what is not there cannot be stolen. So this thief is you know, the biggest waste. Yeah, I mean, he got his cost back. Oh, Harvester's still gonna be taken out. That's a huge deal. I have to say, Unano was actually doing a fantastic job defending himself, but in the end, he has succumbed to the pressure. And with seeing that army in the bottom left as well, he's probably going to throw in the towel. Another Harvester is almost losing his life here. It's been almost impossible for him to restore his eco, even though once again he managed to get up another refinery up there. But he calls the GG nonetheless. Game goes to Anjew after an insane pressure game. It was pointless, but
Battle control terminated.
I mean, there wasn't. I feel there was a chance at some point, but the damage was already done immensely. Especially you losing that war factory to the NG. That was, I wouldn't say the biggest decider, but losing that one was made you be in a very rough spot. All right, let's go over to game number 2, the last game of the evening tonight. Boys, hope you had a great time. This was a very entertaining highlights to cast, and with a lot of crazy games in here. But once again, we are at the end of this Masters match of the week, game number 2 between Unano and Anjew. We've got Anjew starting in the bottom left as Russia, and we've got Unano in the top right playing as Ukraine. We've got Sompio once again. I really like this map as well. I would probably never pick this map because to be fair, I think I would actually struggle playing this map. I think I keep saying this over and over, but this map has like the most unique middle that I've ever seen. I really like it. It looks plain and simple, but if you actually look how many hidden passages and ways there are to get into, you know, to sneak behind enemy lines or something like that, I think it's a very cool map made by Pink Todd. But enough about that. Let's see if Anjew is going to go for some crazy strategies again, or is he going to keep it plain and simple this time? It seems like Anjew is going to go for double ref, which is interesting. Normally he doesn't usually do that. But Unano this time is going to go for War Factory first. Yeah, Anjew was actually taking his time. He kept a lot of his army in his main base. And I can see why, from your point of view, why you would consider having a chance for so long. Alright, similar strategies here from both players. Lots of infantry actually for Unano, considering he went War Factory first. But I guess he decided not to build the flame truck. No, he did. It's a big investment, Unano. You're going to have some cash issues for sure. Yes, there it is. But that early flak truck is gonna help secure this other oil, which will help him a little bit with his eco issue. And that will allow him to take that oil for himself. Pretty good play. But we might see a light vehicle instead from Anjew, but he is going for a harvester straight away. He's gonna go for the more greedier play. Anjew went for the ref cell as well. And ooh, Ooh, I don't really like his placements from his buildings. That means his third ref is gonna not be in the greatest position. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Never mind. It's still okay. Would have expected it to be worse, but it worked out. Oh. 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 Oh my god. Talk about luck. Talk about luck. I had a feeling this could have gone badly because of the vision, but Unano getting away with a crippled engineer. If you're referring to Neo from the Matrix, I'm not sure if you saw what we saw, but he didn't dodge those bullets. He just tanked them all. Alright. Unano's ready with his expansion. Obviously, he has a little bit of a faster expansion than anjew should have because of War Factory first. But both players actually went for an extra racks. I think at least anjew went for an extra racks over SD. I'm not sure, but he also went for an extra harvester. 6 harvesters into MCV. Unano is going straight for Radar Dome. And anjew has the Tesla coil in the making. So yeah, this is a very big map as well, so it's gonna be a while before actual engagement starts kicking off. Surprisingly, anjew has still left those 2 oils up and running for Unano, which is obviously great for Unano. But even though Unano arrived first, anjew is gonna be the one with a slightly faster ref. Is there gonna be an eco slide in progress? Yes, there. No, there's not. So yeah, Radar Dome straight away. Texander even straight away for Unano is going straight for tier 2. Is not gonna spend any money on building tier 2 stuff. A little cheeky Tesla coal here next to those trees. I like that. A Tesla coil is actually in a pretty good position. Sometimes like cliffs and trees can play a huge role in having static defenses that can do some serious outranging. Because let's say an army attacks from this side. Let's say it's rifles and rockets. They have to move a lot closer in a weird angle because of these cliffs, whereas the Tesla coil has pretty much free reign and can just zap them. It's not a huge deal, but something to think about. Anyways, anjew is massing up forces left and right. Build double Tesla coil over here. That's kind of crazy. It's a big investment, actually. Tesla coils are pretty expensive. Unano went straight for tier 3, as we said earlier. We've got an Iron Curtain already in the making. We got a demo truck being made as well, and we've got a MiG. So the MiG and the demo truck are gonna come out similar timings. It seems like the flak truck is gonna do some scouting to see where he should send the demo truck. That's what I'm assuming that's going on. And maybe also sending the flak truck to kill some scouts preemptively is also usually a good thing to do. But here we go. We've got the demo truck coming out of the War Factory. We've got the Iron Curtain ready to be placed. Hopefully he's not going to wait with that too long because he's losing precious seconds in order to charge the Iron Curtain. I think it's been almost ready for at least 20 seconds. Regardless, Unano is going to give away that he has tier 3. anjew responds with a little heh. Nice MiG. MiG is gonna take out the harvester though. Oh! Only fired 1 rocket. It's gonna go for another run. Poof! And there's the demo truck. Demo truck should get its full value. Yeah, it's good, decent value. Not sure it actually paid the price, but I think it should have been enough. That was the the Iron Curtain is still not being placed down. It actually could have been ready almost if he placed it down the moment it was ready to be placed down. That's actually kind of crazy. Let's see if that is going to make a huge impact later on, because I think by the time these armies are going to engage, yeah, if Anjew is gonna flank over here, having that IC would actually be very huge, because that means that Unano could have probably maybe IC'd the harvesters and finish off that entire army with the rest of his forces. But man, that Iron Curtain has been sitting there for ages being ready. There we go, finally it got placed down somewhere. I don't even know where. Am I blind? Yeah, there it is. Wow, I am blind. Never mind. All right, this is potentially a really good flank. Unano does have an army close, but due to the amount, luckily for him, the harvesters give it away, and Unano just like that, or Anjew is gonna retreat, knowing that the defensive army from Unano is close. Unano actually got a lot of value so far with the MiGs already. And also forcing Anjew to build flak trucks. Another army. Oh, Unano didn't see it shoot. That's a huge deal for Anjew. Note that this army doesn't have rockets in here. But still 4 heavy tanks is still a huge deal. But here we go though, 4 mammoth tanks are on its way. Anjew is gonna spot that with the yaks, and coincidentally Unano is gonna find an army, but I think he's gonna be focused on just waltzing his way through this expansion, and that's a big army from Unano as well. 41k. It's very rare to see numbers like these pop up in a Masters game. 44k versus 33. But Anjew is gonna use this to go for the expansion regardless. I think that's a pretty good move. Even though he's willing to trade expansion for expansion, Unano's gonna struggle to take that expansion, whereas Anjew can actually deal a lot of damage. He's gonna take, it seems like he's gonna ignore, yeah, he's gonna move command on purpose. He doesn't want to happen what happened last time. He doesn't want that to happen. Because he doesn't want to give away to Unano that he's there. And I think he wants to move in straight for the tick instead of actually going for eco-harassment. Anyways, this Iron Curtain was okay-ish. It didn't force that much. It will force Anjew giving up this expansion, but Anjew did preserve his army. In the meantime, here's the army that arrived, but is it going to be enough? It is going to kill the Iron Curtain. Parabombs coming in. That's actually a really good angle. Clean. Keeps his tech center alive. Unfortunately, he did lose his Iron Curtain, so that needs to be rebuilt. He's also going to lose his SD, so that needs to be rebuilt as well if he wants to continue making mammoth tanks. But the mammoths here are going to be very, very strong. Especially in engagements like these. The rockets that they fire against infantry is so valuable. Counter Iron Curtain has been used. That's a very good Iron Curtain, and the crushes are going to be really good because the army from Unano has little to no options to escape to because it was so close to the water. Even when this Iron Curtain runs out though, Unano can still win this engagement. Anjew knows it, he calls the GG, and just like that we had an amazing outcome in this second game. Nice demo. I was about to say the demo wasn't that great, but maybe it felt like that to Anjew. But Anjew's going, nice demo, and I was like, nah, it was terrible, man. Fuck that. It was all awful. Unfortunately, the flanks for Unano, for Anjew didn't work out. But the mammoth tanks were really strong. I think the mammoth tanks is actually what caused Unano to I wouldn't say to win this game, but they did a lot of work. They did a lot of work.
Battle control terminated.